In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to A Show Called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
And we're back in the
Hey.
Chris.
We're
Chris.
I'm
Chris.
Strong start.
Chris.
And we're back in the hot box, as it was described earlier.
All you had to say was I'm. That was all you had to say was
And
I'm.
Chris. Chris.
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice exotic, twang on it. I thought I'd put on.
Yeah, to show our
the
multicultural
introduction.
heritage.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Was I speaking a foreign language?
I don't know. I was going to breeze over it.
Yeah.
We made it a big thing.
Yeah, you made it a big thing.
A big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we do a roundup of all the ailments before we start recording?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, as in like minutes before recording.
Oh.
Minutes.
My eyes
Yeah.
started flaring up.
Yeah.
So I was like, having a...
Well, we were trying to set up this studio, or you were.
the hot box.
And you were making, I'll be honest, John, a hash of it.
You were, and Chris and I can't do anything.
We just sat here not helping.
Not because we're technically unable to, but really because we just don't want to at all.
I didn't want to.
Didn't want to help you. So
No,
we just
no.
watched you.
Thank
The
you.
microphone
no.
fell out of its what did we call it?
The wired socket.
The wide socket. My microphone fell out of its wide socket.
Yeah, and that made it. And I'm not saying it won't do it again.
No, well, it could happen.
Before the
The
episode's
podcast machine fell over.
Yeah, you've been rubbing your eyes.
Been rubbing
Yeah, in
your
the
eyes.
midst of this kind of technical crisis, my eyes were going crazy. You burped so hard you almost threw up,
I tasted my din-dins.
which is good.
Yeah.
I was complaining about mortgages.
You were complaining about mortgages. We've all
Yeah.
got
We've all,
crosses
it's
to
really
bear.
hard for
Yeah.
us today. I don't think people understand. It's probably worse for us.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think collectively, we're having a terrible day.
But we have opened the door
We have.
and we've opened the window.
And
So
we should be celebrating for that.
there's actually a
Are you
cross.
suggesting that's the good news?
That feels like a positive.
That's what we've got. We were able to open a door and a window.
downplay it.
I'm taking the wins where I can find them right
The
now.
good news is
We were capable of opening a door.
yeah,
Yeah.
without being billed.
We
for it.
haven't always been able to do it
No.
in podcast history.
No,
We haven't
that's
always been
true.
able to do
No,
it.
no, it's true.
Well, there'll be something walking in here in a moment. I'd have thought.
Nah, the cat.
flying in.
Yeah, the cat. Well, the cat's
Not so
mellowed.
much the cat.
Yeah, he's
but-
mellowed a lot.
Yeah.
I think what we have to look forward to is probably the sound of the street.
Yeah, sound of
Great
the
audio.
underground, potentially.
They're back for sugar babes.
Girls are loud.
Girls are-
actually. I don't want to correct you, John, but
and seagulls. We're probably gonna get some seagulls.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, they like to have a little bit of a horror.
We are notoriously close to the sea.
yes. Why are they called seagulls?
Well, I think the name.
But they're here.
Well, yeah, I think
We're inland, John.
Yeah,
Why don't we just call them gulls?
I think they could probably call each other gulls.
Land gulls.
or excuse me, William.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Sharon.
I'm more than just my species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think land gulls would be a mistake because they do spend a lot of time in the sky.
What do you mean?
Is that right?
Or
Sky gulls?
Like I don't know, urban gulls.
Urban
A
gulls.
city gull.
A city gull.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a
Yeah.
town gull.
Does it depend where the gull is born?
Or where it lives. Well, that's
Yes,
to be
true.
debated, isn't it?
Yeah,
By
true.
people much higher up than us.
And I think probably the gulls themselves are trying to work this out as well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's why they talk so much.
Father,
on, yeah.
why do we call ourselves city gulls?
Yeah.
We don't. That's
don't.
weird. It's almost like the guy telling this joke said it wrong. What?
There was a strong start to the joke, Father, but you really fucked it on the landing.
I'll be honest with you.
Car.
John. You're not having a good day.
No, it's
so
not.
far, are you?
You're not having a good day.
I've been better.
Yeah. Oh, well, there we are.
And there we go, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they're called seagulls in summary.
Did we ask?
No, don't think
No,
so.
I think you asked.
No, I don't
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
a seagull.
I think once upon a time, the seagull may have lived like a kind of a beautiful, relationship. They would have been out at sea.
Oh, okay.
Eating
Yeah.
nothing but the finest pilchard.
Yeah.
Very quiet in their natural environment. The
No need to
seagull.
caw.
Beautiful song.
Beautiful song. Beautiful.
And then they discovered They discovered like urban living
Yeah.
and like Big Macs.
They discovered there was
chips and
chips.
ice cream.
There are chips inland.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That
Because
might
there
be the
aren't many
problem.
chips out at sea.
No, but there are on the coast.
Yes. Fuck yes.
So that's why they came to the coast, and then they gradually discovered it's not exclusive to the coast.
No,
Indeed.
indeed.
Come
yeah.
further
straight
inland.
further
Do
within.
you think the first seagull or gull to venture more than like a mile inland was like, wow.
What a rich bounty.
Yeah, and came back and was like, guys,
Car.
God, yeah.
guys,
Guys. There's loads of chips in there.
Why is the whole thing on?
Guys.
How much?
Guys. Guys.
Guys.
Oh boy. Oh bother.
and then he's like, guys, don't be a mug.
Yeah.
Guys.
Guys. It's very good then.
Yeah.
Good, yeah, I like
This is good
It's a
audio.
good bit.
Yeah.
Guys.
And they're like, don't be a mug, you know, sitting there eating your fish.
Yeah.
Come a mile inland, have battered fish.
Yeah.
You know,
Dead fish.
dead fish, KFC.
Yeah, that's something I find strange is that you see a seagull chewing on some KFC, like a chicken fillet.
Yeah, do you ever
I'm
feel
like-
like you're in the middle of something
Yeah.
like indecent?
I know they eat fish, but I don't think that they should be eating other birds. I don't think that's right.
No, I suppose not. Well,
That's kind of what got us into mad cow disease, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Cows eating cows.
Cows eating cows.
all the way down.
eating the other cows.
It's like a chain of cows.
Who do you think was the first seagull to discover KFC?
Who?
That was Kevin.
Kevin.
Kevin the Great.
Kevin, yeah. And
Yeah.
Did he then communicate that to the other gulls?
Guys.
I just wanted him to do that again.
I think you may have done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kevin went inland where others could not.
yeah. And that's
Yeah,
why
but-
that's why they call it Kevin fried chicken.
That's exactly why they
yeah.
do that.
That's why the seagulls call it that.
Do you like? Isn't it? You know, screw pollution and all that. Isn't it awful what we've done spiritually to like many noble species?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
screwed them over.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
the seagull, like, I mean, once you've tasted
Yeah.
those 11, that secret blend of 11 herbs and spices,
Yeah.
there's no going
That's
back
not-
to
you
the
can't-
sea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go back and eat a fucking raw halibut or whatever.
No. Scoop up a place.
No,
No,
forget that.
ain't
Yeah,
no way.
probably. No, I think that's probably spot on, John.
I
And
have.
I don't feel that bad about it because they're fucking assholes, seagulls.
Oh, they're awful. Here's a,
Have you
here's
been
a,
dive bombed by a seagull?
oh, here's a true
I
story.
I've
have.
been shat on by one.
Yeah.
And it shat on my hot dog as well.
Did it really?
Still at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, best do. I'm not going to let it go to waste.
Is that how you discovered your dark love of mayonnaise?
Yeah. That's where it's from, right? Sky mayonnaise.
Sweet. Yeah.
The true story
Oh.
this weekend.
Why would you tell a false story?
Right.
This is a podcast full of lies.
Yeah. Yeah. None of the stories in this podcast are real.
True story. Lucy and I were away at the weekend.
Whoa.
And
Were you?
We were.
No, I didn't know that.
And we were trying to leave this godforsaken place we call home, which is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Like getting the car physically out of town can take forever.
Yes.
Because our
It's
roads
often the longest
There's a
part
lot
of
of
the journey.
roadworks. There have been a lot of roadworks.
road well, and also just traffic.
Yeah,
and our awful
sure.
kind of one-way system
Sure.
that kind of
Yeah.
imprisons the town.
Yeah.
And
That's what they want.
because we were like, waiting for ages, trying to get out of our road, just this, no one letting you out, queuing for ages. Oh, balls to this! I'll go the other way.
Go the other way.
And I was like,
Traffic that way as well.
Traffic that way.
Traffic
Shit.
that
Nightmare.
way.
And I'm like,
Whatever do you do,
And then
John?
and then the second time I go, balls to this, and I take another turn.
You went over
Yes.
a field. You went through a field.
No, down a different road.
Through a ford.
And there was a bunch of seagulls.
Oh.
Sorry, gulls.
Yes, better.
Seagulls.
Eating what probably was KFC or
Guys.
something on the floor. Guys.
Guys.
And I
It's
slowed.
the rich Kevin bounty.
RKB.
Yeah. Okay, P. Why does it say KFC? I wouldn't worry about it.
No, don't think too
How
much
come you
about
can read?
That's strange.
And talk?
Shouldn't be able to
Strange, I shouldn't be able to read that.
But there was a bunch of seagulls attacking what was probably
Yeah,
one of
a
their,
carcass.
A
their
corpse.
breaded brethren.
Breaded
ne-
brethren like
next
that.
to the road.
My favourite
And
seagull band.
I slowed right down to a crawl,
Right.
thinking, don't want to hit a seagull.
I'll scare them off.
You know, because they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Big animals.
They
You
damage
don't-
your
I
car.
wouldn't piss them off.
They'd knock a headlight out.
Well, as I was driving, crawling really past these seagulls, one of them took flight, hit the wing mirror.
What?
Probably with his wing.
Did it?
And knocked the mirror out.
Oh no!
And bent the thing back.
Oh shit!
I would not imagine a seagull's wing to be strong enough to do that.
Yeah, man.
That's-
No, I probably hit a bit of torso.
Oh,
you know.
cool.
Yeah, probably. You know, the whole thing made a kind of crunch noise.
Just
but,
bodied
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hit the seagull, so it was a real inverted commas, a real shame.
I like to think that this is a true story, but what John actually did was he just opened the driver's side door,
Yeah.
just like knocked out a seagull.
Put the seagull's head in the door and so
You hadn't even got off the driveway, had you? This is just on your drive.
Bodying seagull.
I accidentally ran over a seagull 4 to 5 times.
Forwards
just
and
to be
backwards.
sure.
Yeah.
So I had to pull it to a side road to like adjust,
Did ya?
fix the mirror up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the mirror literally fell out.
It fell out.
Wow. I didn't smash.
It's a lot of bad luck. Though.
I don't think
There's a wire.
I don't think it's actually
They're
glass.
plastic,
I think it's
aren't
kind of
they?
like it's
Plastic.
plastic.
Still
Yeah.
bad luck though. Still
Yeah.
7 years.
But what's
bad
weird is
luck.
that the actual motor behind it was still functioning, so I was able to like kind of like click it back in, and it worked fine. So happy days.
Oh, that's
yeah.
happy days.
All's well that
That is.
ends
Yeah.
well there.
Yeah.
Although I guess I assume the seagull's fine. He could have instantly.
Who cares?
He could have landed on a. He looked tough for his mates. When he lands
Yeah.
on a roof, he's just like.
I'm winded.
Yeah.
Guys,
You're right, Steve. Guys.
Guys, I need medical attention.
Fuck off, Steve.
you always need medical attention.
No, Barry, don't be a dick. I think he's really hurt. We've got to
As
help
they're
him.
flying off into the distance.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Notedly selfish species for gull.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Hey, listen, guys, I've got something to show you.
Speaking of chicken,
greasy chicken
greasy chicken.
being fed to the seagulls.
What Nick has just handed me is the Nugget Boy.
Sure. I don't know whether we ever knew what its name was.
So a short 2 weeks later.
I mean, it took you back time to fly out to China and back
There's
again.
an on
Yeah.
switch there.
I had to source it direct from.
Pure shit from source.
Yeah.
So it's the Nugget Boy
I think
from
there's a
last
way to
week,
make it make noise.
last fortnight.
It is the chicken nugget
To
boy.
Press the.
Listen to that. Listen to that single bit audio.
It's a Tetris theme tune.
It is, in fact, Tetris. That's all that's on it, which is partly why it was a hate. The other part is that it is ugly as sin.
I mean,
What I really like about
it looks like, the wateriest shit you ever done.
it is surprisingly ugly.
Yeah.
Actually, like it's kind of worse than you'd think it would be.
It's not a good colour for a handheld technological device. A sort of beigey yellow.
I respect them for doing it, but I wish they hadn't.
I now own a piece of history, though. There's no denying that.
Did you go on eBay then?
I did go on eBay, the very same eBay that you went on when we were on air.
And you bought it.
And I
So,
bought it.
I
yeah.
mean, it must be made of some kind of special materials because it weighs almost nothing.
I know the build quality is startling.
What I really like about it is...
Tell me.
Because it's come out of China, so it's been manufactured to the highest possible kind of standards here.
Yeah, no question.
But
I'm just gonna clean the screen because it's a bit grimy.
Yeah,
oh sure, yeah.
it's very
That's the
important.
natural grease
Yeah.
which exudes from the
it.
the nuggy.
Yeah.
What I really like about it is that it has a on-off button on the back.
Yes.
And
And
then
then
an
a
on button.
power button on the front.
It's nice that, isn't it? Yeah.
That's
it's so you don't
confusing.
accidentally turn it on.
It's like two-factor authentication, isn't
yes,
it?
that's exactly
Yeah.
it. It's a security thing.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want you to accidentally. Now, I am pleased to see it is an official Tetris product.
Yes, they have the Tetris logo and legal information on the back. I guess it would have to be.
Yeah, it kind of says Tetris Holding.
Mind you, that's
Holding Limited.
there are a lot of LCD toys that come out of China that have Tetris on them that do not have permission to
Yeah.
use Tetris, almost definitely.
Tetris feels like the worst game they could have put on that.
Yeah.
Like the simplest.
I've showed this to a lot
Far
of
be
people.
it from me
'cause
to criticise
I'm
Tetris.
I'm very proud of this thing. And I've shown this to a lot of people, and a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, I love Tetris." And I'm like, "Really?
Yeah.
Tetris is fine.
I've got a lot of time for Tetris.
I've got some time
I
for
appreciate
Tetris."
the cultural significance of Tetris.
Yes.
But
I appreciate that we
I
made-
also get that this version of it's probably really boring.
This bit is really bad.
Have
I
you
think there's-
played? Have you played it much?
Yeah, I've lost multiple times on the first level.
Yeah, it's I'm kind of a
Go on.
just in case on the off chance that nobody knows what the hell we're talking about here because they can't see it.
Listen to the last episode.
This is the last, but also, yeah, go on. Yeah.
But we don't even know if this has a name.
Well, the box had a name on it, but it was in Chinese. So I don't
sure,
know.
yeah.
It's called
we shouldn't be expected to translate that.
on the eBay listing. It's called something like McDonald's Chicken McNugget Tetris game handheld game console. It's just like a long string of
That rolls
keywords.
off the tongue.
It really
Sure,
does.
sure.
Catchy. I think Nugget Boy or Chicken Nugget.
It's
Boy.
got to be Nugget Boy.
The
Come on.
Nugget Boy
Or
is
the game
much
Nugget.
better.
Or the game Nugget.
Why did they bring it out again?
I think
Is
it's
it an
something to do with the
anniversary?
anniversary of the chicken nugget.
The anniversary of the chicken
It's
nugget.
kind of uncomfortable to hold in that you feel like you should put it to one side.
Because it's so for those listening at home, it's the shape. There are 4 different shapes of chicken nugget. One of them-
4?
I believe so.
Oh, interesting,
And one
yeah.
of them's called the boot, and it's kind of like a wide-necked boot with a shoe bit going out to the right. And as a result, that bit sort of jams into your palm as you're holding the nugget boy, the game
there's a
nugget.
pause button on it as well.
That's good, isn't it?
So,
yeah.
would you say it's maybe like...
What's this button then? What's this big?
The big button is rotate the piece.
What about these? Oh, they go to the side.
Left and right, top
So
one
there's a
drops
down and then there's a super down.
Indeed. So it goes straight down instantaneously.
Oh,
yes.
Ah.
You're very confident.
Oh, that's
But then,
very
but
good.
as we said, it also has an on button on the front,
Yes.
a pause button,
Seemingly.
and
mute button.
a mute button, and then on the back there's another power
Yeah.
on and
Off.
off button. Yeah.
Yeah, in case you want to play in a library or something.
So what's interesting is that the Game Boy, that's more buttons than the original Game Boy, I believe.
Yeah, it could be.
It
actually,
feels
yeah.
like too many buttons.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
for
It looks,
Tetris.
It looks like too many buttons.
For
as well.
Tetris, yeah.
Definitely
there's
for
eight,
Tetris.
There's 8 buttons plus the Switch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's very good, though.
Isn't it?
Have you got it on display with your other game, men?
No, because it's here.
No, sure.
Oh, but you bought 2, obviously.
No, I didn't buy
One
2.
to touch, one to seal.
No, if I was sensible, I would have bought 2.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, it will be going on display.
It's going on display
with all of my
on the shelf.
handhelds that I have many of.
Yeah.
It is a kind of
I think it's a piece of history.
it is really like a ghastly
Yes,
kind of
a ghastly piece of history.
Yeah, it's a real just kind of
Piece of
mockery.
history. What you're trying to say is it's a piece of history. I think
Yeah,
that's what you're trying to say.
it's kind of like
Piece of history.
is this the ultimate human object?
I mean, technically,
As in, like-
everything's a piece of history. Technically,
No, I
That-
see what you're saying.
yeah,
Like,
as in quintessentially, this is an object that is A, pointless, and B, inexplicable. Like it can't be explained to anyone.
it also marks the historical significance of a thing that we made again that is also awful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we made a chicken nugget. No one should have done that.
yeah.
And then we're celebrating the making of that with an awful thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a wild cycle of hubris.
It's so weird to celebrate the chicken nugget with a product which is wildly over-designed, also kind of bad, and so very ugly.
I mean, we're going back
yeah.
over sort of why it was a hate
Yeah.
for me. But I think
It's good to know these things for sure, though. Now that we're
yeah.
seeing it.
But when
in
you
the
hold it
flesh.
in your hand, you're like, okay, I would accept celebrating the anniversary of the chicken nugget if it had a chicken nugget game on it. But it's got Tetris
Yeah,
on
I
it.
think that's the problem.
What the
I think that's the. If I was to pick a single biggest problem,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd say that's it.
With the rise in...
It should be
in-
Tetris nuggets. Imagine if the Tetris
Imagine that.
blocks were nugget shaped.
Yeah, little nuggets falling down.
Wow,
Yeah.
That would
yeah.
be incredible.
that would be great. Wouldn't it?
That would have made it a love.
Like
Yeah.
Say it now.
some
Nugget
14-year-old kid in their bedroom, like coding a game, could
Yeah.
come up with a basic ass
Oh, easy.
nugget game.
Yeah, yeah,
in,
easy.
Very
like
easy.
a night, you know.
McDonald's give him 500.
Yeah,
and then-
yeah, and he'll
then
be
it's
happy.
done.
And he'll be happy.
Everyone's a winner, especially McDonald's.
yeah.
Mostly McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so like I know. Arguably, don't want to get too philosophical, but I know that arguably
I feel like we're overthinking this.
all human endeavor is kind of pointless.
Yeah, because we.
Oh fucking hell!
but you know, we build our cities, we build our art. You know, is this any more random? Is this any more meaningful than the Mona Lisa? I don't know. I'm not here to say
I
that.
think it's probably up there with the Mona Lisa.
I think we should probably call that one.
Well, okay. No, can we say definitively that this?
Yeah, I
says-
think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you think so? What's the answer?
Well, probably this.
Yeah, probably
isn't
this.
it?
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
do more with it.
Well,
Mona
Da-
Lisa, you just look at it.
We've talked about
It's
Mona
like-
Lisa on this show
it's
before.
like, oh,
Da
you
Vinci
look at
couldn't
it.
have stuck this circuit board in this plastic mold.
No.
Here's a thought.
Yeah.
You show that fucking piece of shit to Da Vinci.
He'd die.
It would blow his
He would-
mind
yeah,
and he'd
he
die.
would- Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would think it's one of the greatest things ever made.
Yeah.
You went for Da Vinci. I was thinking about my poor late grandma. I was going like, imagine having to like,
Explain to Nanny.
Grandma, look what my friend Nick bought
Yeah.
from China.
That's a bad start already with old Nanny.
Yeah, and you go like, oh, is this one of your gaming
But imagine-
boys that you like?
But imagine explaining it. So, you know the chicken nuggets from McDonald's? No.
No.
Well, you know Tetris.
Great start, Nana.
You know Tetris?
No.
Oh, well.
Do you know Game Boy?
You know the Game Boy?
You're having to roll it back. So you know. Oh wait, no, video games.
you know
I'll
the
just start
backgammon?
to explain this to an old person.
Do you remember Shove a Penny?
Yeah, do you ever shove Halfpenny? You know?
Yeah. We'll start there.
No. Shit! How
The
old are you,
dawn,
Nanny?
the dawn of man.
Do Do you remember?
We have to get from there to this.
Grandma. Do you
Grandma,
remember?
yeah.
Grandma. Do you remember when man picked up a stick and realised he could use that as a rudimentary tool? Why, yes, son.
Well, yes, right, we're in.
why
Only
is
5
she
hours
my-
to go.
She just said son to me, which is weird.
Yeah,
I think my
you-
grand-
She might. They can get away with that.
Yeah,
I
she
think
might be.
that'd
She might
all
be
right.
my mother.
Because there's so much going on here. You have to explain
Everything.
I guess like batteries to some extent.
Yeah, batteries. Yeah. Da Vinci would need to understand. that.
Because you probably know this better, Nicholas. 'Cause
Tell me.
You're a connoisseur of these things.
For sure.
But there is obviously this thing is a world away from an actual Game Boy.
Oh, indeed.
which
yeah.
had hardware and software, and you could put different games in.
Yeah, plug and play.
This is
Delightful.
like those crappy things you'd buy like off the rack in like a
Poundland.
like
This is
a-
something
yeah,
you would
pound-
find.
Yeah.
This is something you would find in Poundland.
Yeah,
one
'cause I-
single LCD game.
Because yeah, exactly. Where it's all it can do is play one thing.
Yes.
So
I feel
it-
like you've paid a premium for like the mold.
Yeah, that's
the
what. No,
shape.
I've. Yeah,
yeah.
I paid £16.
But you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Oh, I did.
Respectfully.
What was
Yeah.
the shipping on it?
That was including shipping.
Wow.
It
Oh, that's
it
pretty
said
good.
shipping free.
Oh, because it didn't come from China, did it? It came from.
well,
I think a man had been to China.
Yeah, if a man
come
had been to
back.
China, he bought loads, which is
Yeah.
weird. I think it did actually. I think he was lying, and I think it did actually come from China because it took way longer
did
than
it?
if it had come from
Yeah.
Wolverhampton, which is what it said it was coming from.
Yeah.
Once again, like just to picture.
Who cares? It's here.
Just to kind of picture the
indeed.
scene for anyone at home. We are repeatedly passing this thing around
It's
the
been
table.
round the table about 5 times.
I think we're passing it around almost in disbelief.
like a kind of religious awe.
Yeah.
You know, like we're all just kind of like,
It's like an artifact, isn't it?
yeah,
You know what? In 200,000 years,
this will still be around.
this would definitely.
These are the only things that will survive.
And archaeologists will dig that up, and they'll be like, it's probably used for ceremonial purposes.
Yeah.
What
And
I,
they all start worshipping it.
I'm looking back in. I'm just looking at the
small print on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, if you want to replace the batteries, because
Yes, it's
God
got-
knows
That's an incredible thing in itself.
Oh, well, I was looking at that because there's a screw and a little
And a clip.
Yeah.
clip. Yeah.
So when the fun stops, you want
fun
to put a new battery in and keep playing. That's fine.
I feel like the
But
battery would outlast the console.
But what if I were like, I want to get inside this baby,
I do want to get inside this baby.
and I want to steal.
There were screws in each corner, right? At the back.
Well, triangular.
It's fine. I've got that.
Oh,
Got a
he's got it.
triangular.
I got a tri-wing screwdriver
bit.
because a lot of LCD and handheld games come out of China and they have tri-wing screws. And I have modified a
Interesting.
Game Boy and a Game Boy Advance, and they have those, so I could open that.
Interesting.
Are you looking to modify this eventually?
I don't know, because I kind of want to keep it intact for the historical.
We should get
reasons.
one we can bastardize.
We could get another and smash it to fucking bits.
Get one on the podcast budget.
Oh, the podcast.
Get one on
I-
the podcast
I-
budget,
yeah, we could get one.
and then we'll modify it into like a I don't know.
Why?
holographic something.
Why?
It's a laugh,
What,
isn't it?
what would we learn?
It's a laugh, isn't it?
It's just
well,
a
we're not
laugh,
spending
John.
the podcast
You have
budget
to
on
learn
anything.
something every
Oh,
time.
so-
So have a laugh.
So, but in
Bloody hell! What will we learn?
the way that
Fucking
you're
hell.
but in the way that you're describing having a laugh,
laugh.
I'm kind of feeling we wouldn't need a screwdriver. We just need my Mattock.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
we would
Yeah,
just
that's a fair point.
go
Oh,
to-
just sort of smash it to
Go
bits.
fucking hog wild on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But I'd like to put something in there that would make it a superior product.
Don't look at me. He's the man who could do it.
No, I'm just explaining it to you because you're.
I mean, I think I said it on the last podcast, but someone has done that.
Yeah.
They've put Game Boy workings
we should
inside
do
the
that.
Nugget Boy.
That could be us.
So.
Or Nick, but-
so yeah, I think I do remember this now. You said so. They obviously made a browser-based Game Boy game of a chicken.
So no. So my love
No,
of
this
that
was the
episode
ham-
was the
Hamburglar.
Grimace.
Grimace. That's what I said.
Grimace had a Game Boy Color.
Oh,
game.
sorry, that's what I remember. It's a Grimace game.
Yes,
and
which
has
is
somebody,
browser-based.
and has somebody put the Grimace game on this?
I don't know whether someone has done that, but
They could.
they could because they've made it Game Boy compatible. So conceivably, it wouldn't be much more of a step to get Grimace playing on the true Nugget Boy.
That'd be great.
Could you fit the brains of a Game Boy in the Nugget Boy? It is smaller.
I know someone did do it, but I don't know. I didn't see the back, so there's a good chance the back was just open and there were wires and shit.
Sure,
sticking out.
sure, yeah.
So there's a good chance they did. There's also an equally good chance they did not. But the screen fitted. The screen must be close to the same size, or they cut it to be slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Which sometimes
Yeah.
they do when
Good
they
on
mod,
'em.
when they mod consoles.
Just to finish, like a slightly meandering thought from earlier, but like
It's really caught me off guard. This.
I know, isn't it kind of
That was the
wild?
idea.
Yeah. I don't really have words or emotions to describe how you can't, and I appreciate the color and the general shape of it, but you can't ship this out. It's
ship
bad.
or ship or
No,
shit.
you're right. You're right.
As
There
in, like,
is some work involved.
It's
in this.
bad,
It's bad.
but
Why do you think McDonald's made their nuggets how they did? The molds, I mean.
the 4 different
So
shapes. Or whatever.
apparently,
Whose idea was
The
that?
rumor is that they just made them in 4 random shapes in
Fair enough.
molds, and then they got named by someone as a joke online,
Yeah.
and that went viral.
And McDonald's
then
picked it up.
McDonald's kind of picked it up and made an ad out of it, and now they've claimed that that's what they're called.
Sure.
But yeah, how did they pick those original molds? I don't
Yeah.
know. Just randomly,
It's
basically.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But one is definitely boot shaped.
Yeah, this is
This is the boot.
This is like a thick topped
Thick boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a thick cowboy boot.
But I guess
that somebody shit all over.
Yeah.
just to go back to my original thought because I'm
What
trying
was that
I'm trying to make a
original
point here.
You
Well,
are
you
desperate.
didn't really.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Like, no, my point is that like somebody had to. What is it,
John, make the point.
My point
Get
is,
off the potty.
My point is that like there is
He's got very itchy eyes.
so much like time, effort, and money, but not that much money has
But-
gone into making.
I get your
this.
point because some effort and time and money has
Yeah.
gone into this,
As in,
and that's already too much.
somebody's time and money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, McDonald's could literally do whatever they want and they would still make a profit.
That's probably true.
But someone has put effort into this
But it-
somewhere along the line.
it's like-
I would imagine.
it's more effort than just giving everyone a complimentary sticker, which is like just goes, "I love nuggies."
Yeah.
You know,
Happy Nuggy Day.
happy nuggy day.
I'll be honest with you.
Oh,
At
please
this
do
point.
because we rarely get that kind of honesty.
Rare honesty.
You're always so like shy and retired.
Yeah,
normally,
retained,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't hate this.
This is the wild thing, is that since having it in my hand,
Yeah.
my hate for it has decreased.
Yeah.
Because I actually feel very privileged to own one now.
I would rather it was a bespoke game.
100%.
But
It's still bad.
for what it is,
Sure.
I don't hate this.
It isn't elevated to a love,
No.
but it may have leveled out of a hate. It may have done.
Possibly. We'll never know for sure.
I'm kind of like,
I'm handing it back to
Here's
John
a weird
now.
thing,
Yes.
like I
It is
can't.
going back
We've manhandled this
I
6
know.
times each.
I
now.
can't stop. I can't. I'm kind of like so morbidly fascinated by it. Like, because what? That's like.
This is why you can't hate it, though. This is my point. I
That's
think.
like what 4 inches, maybe in like
Length?
Yeah, 4 inches.
Yeah, say,
Four-
yeah.
4 by
Slightly
4 by
below
2.
the national average there. 4 inches wide, 4 inches long, 2.5 wide, maybe. Like, it's just like such a. This will outlast all of us. That's
Oh,
a bizarre
yeah.
thing. That's going to be in the Mariana Trench.
Right. Oh,
like, you
hopefully.
know.
I'm taking it back from John now.
Yeah,
Please,
now
yeah.
Chris
I'm
has
going
it.
to look at it again.
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
Admire
It's
if
like
you
some
will.
religious sacrament. We keep passing it back and forth
Yeah.
around the table.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the bobbles in as well. You've got to appreciate the
Maybe we should take a picture.
attention to detail.
Maybe we should take a picture with the 3 of us. With
We should put it on the group.
and then put it on the.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Put it on the web.
Because nobody.
Nobody will believe we actually have it.
no one
No.
will, because it'll sound like we're.
This is
just-
either the best acting ever or the worst.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The buttons are quite nice for what it's worth.
Yeah, they've got nice play.
Yeah, there's a good feel to that.
Yeah, there's nice,
Decent travel, as
nice
they say.
pressability.
Haven't
in
you
that.
been on like the waiting list for a particular handheld game console for like a decade? I feel like as
Slightly less than 9 years.
9 years, 300 days?
yeah,
it's arrived quicker than that.
it did. Yeah,
I can't believe how quickly this arrived.
Yeah.
I barely left my house.
I know.
In the time it took this
And
to
I do
arrive.
suspect it did come from China. So I think that was a
Good
pretty
on you, China.
Well done, China.
Good effort there.
another great play from China there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big fan of that.
No, yeah, there is a console I'm waiting for that this has beaten, both from development costs and creation, right the way up until delivery is far, far outstripped that.
So when you finally, in years to come, when you say, you get your dream house, you upgrade.
Yeah, and I have my library.
Yeah, there will be a room purely
Purely for this.
just. I was gonna say your Game Boy.
Just
toy.
walk, just an empty room,
Oh, I
a long hallway, and just this.
I say to Ali quite often that like my dream house has a room that has a ladder on a rail. Because you see those in
Yes,
like libraries.
yeah.
And so that room,
Oh, I see, yes,
Yeah,
I
so you go up
understand.
the ladder and then you
Yeah.
push. You go, whee!
Yeah,
You
yeah.
go round, like, woohoo! right
Niles
round the
Crane
room.
had one,
Did he?
Did he?
Did have
Yes.
one, yeah. Among other TV characters.
Did he? I know Frasier lived in like an apartment, a
Yeah.
very nice
Niles
apartment.
lived in a 2-story apartment.
Yes, it kind of looked like a mansion. Didn't
Yeah.
it? Yes, I
But it
remember.
wasn't- it was a
we only saw it
complex.
from time to time, but I remember. Yeah,
Was that actually a 2-story apartment?
Yeah, he had stairs.
yeah, he did.
Jesus, what was?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
It looked very stately.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
it was like an apartment
I
complex.
guess we would call that a maisonette, wouldn't we?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, two floor flat would be a maisonette, right?
Yeah.
I've lived in one, so there.
I didn't know that.
Have you lived in a 2-story?
Yeah, my first place I ever rented was a flat
really?
in Salisbury, and it was
Wow.
2-story, and it was
Ooh.
awful and tiny, but it had stairs.
But it had stairs.
What it made up for in width, it had in
in
height. Yeah, good.
And his kitchen was
Yeah.
upstairs, which was exciting.
It's controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on the 58th floor.
Yeah,
maybe more.
58th and 59th.
Yeah.
I remember, you know the actor Richard E. Grant?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I believe he's
absolutely.
been in the Star Wars.
Yes, he was in The Rise of Skywalker. He's in a lot of things now. He was in
Now.
these days.
He's had a long career.
He's going to make it.
No, but I feel like he's become more pop culture-y the last few
Yeah,
years.
sure,
He
yeah,
was in
yeah.
Doctor Who. He was in Star Wars. He was in
Was he in
Loki.
Doctor Who?
Oh, he was
Yeah,
in Loki,
he was in
wasn't he? Of
Loki.
course, yeah.
Yeah. I feel he's done more of those kinds of things
Yeah,
lately.
true.
Although we've always been kind of aware of him.
Yeah.
He's famous.
Grand
He's a
old
famoid.
actor. He's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. He did a series years ago, which was like Richard E. Grant's Hotels, and it was just a show where
With a Z.
he
I
got.
can never believe these shows get
I know
commissioned.
it's
It's like
a joke.
pick a
isn't it?
white guy,
Send him to a place.
send him about.
Someone will watch it.
That's the brief. Pick a white guy,
Yeah.
send him about,
Yeah.
and then he goes, and then he comments. Look at this place.
This is one of the best hotels I've been to in
This
the
is,
local area.
This is one of the best insert places here that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah, weren't we like watching?
I love that.
Weren't we
I
watching?
love
like,
that show.
It's called Insert Place here with Richard E. Grant.
It's called with
When
guys.
we were in like London doing the con,
and watch the shite TV.
yeah,
in
we
the
watched
hotel.
like we watched normal person TV.
Yeah.
and it wasn't like one of the shows we briefly flicked through, like Alexander Armstrong in
yeah.
Asia.
Yeah.
And
he's
it's
just
just
he's
put
just
him
on
on
a
a train.
train,
Yeah, you go-
looking out the window.
Oh, the scenery is certainly beautiful in this part of the world.
Great.
Great. Yeah, I could do that.
Thanks, Double A.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's a good bloke though, Alexander.
Oh yeah, I think,
Oh, yeah,
I think
no.
he's fine. Got nothing against him.
well, no,
yeah.
this is how you commission.
He'll
those
take
shows.
he'll take the coin though.
Oh yeah, he'll.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
a man who's never not taken the
Yeah,
coin.
Almost-
a man who's never said no.
Almost always, the white man they pick for the going about
Yeah.
show is you like him. You'd have a beer with him.
I would, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been Griff Rhys-Jones since the dawn
Griff
of time.
Rhys-Jones,
Yeah.
yeah. Michael
Yeah.
Palin.
Michael Palin. He's
He
been about.
paddled, didn't he?
He paddled about.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Michael Palin paddled so that we could run,
So that
we could
swim,
on
He
water.
started this.
Yeah.
But like,
That's true. Actually, I think Michael Palin may have started all of this.
I know I only have like 2 anecdotes, and I've said it 100 times.
This is either going to be
before.
about Peru or Canada.
No. Literally, that time I sat in on a talk
Oh, yes,
by a
yeah.
bunch
Oh,
of
yes.
TV producers,
Yeah.
and it was literally like any illusions I had about the sanctity, the wonders of creativity that led to TV shows getting made
Yeah.
got burnt
Yeah.
like in an instant, because they were like, "How do you make a TV show?" Well, we look at what's popular, and then we think how we can kind of copy it. And they talked about that program with your man, the wine guy.
Oz Clark.
Oz Clark, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where it's basically like him and James May.
Oh,
to,
another classic example.
Yeah, they did a show where like they drove around Frank's drinking wine, and that was the show. And they were like, and one of the producers was on this panel. They were like, yeah, so this movie called Sideways had just come out, which was about like 2 middle-aged guys getting drunk on wine. So I thought to myself, where do they drink wine? France. Who are a couple of like old people. Oz Clark, he knows wine. James May, he knows cars.
He knows driving.
So they literally just pitched a show called like Oz and James, a great wine tour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they pitch it, and the
Great.
and the studio. Oh yeah, why not? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's too creative.
That's
Get
actually
out.
too clever. Yeah.
And the
I'm
studio,
fired.
and the studio,
I'll show myself out.
and somebody commissions it. They go, that's great.
Yeah.
And then
Great.
they call up James May, going like, do you want to be on this show?
I have an
know.
anecdote about Oz Clark.
Yes, I know this. Yeah.
I approached his agent.
Really?
Not like that.
Like you stalked.
I said, would Oz Clark like to write a foreword for my book? Just genuinely.
your book.
Yeah, I wrote a book about Gillingham.
Oh.
Because he's a Gillingham fan.
He did. Yeah.
I didn't
Chris-
know.
Chris
I didn't
Ray
think
wrote
I
a
knew
book,
you'd
yeah.
written a book.
I wrote a book that obviously never was published.
Right.
And he was up for it.
Huh?
He said yes, but then the club and legal things and blah 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 blah. Anyway, that was going to happen.
That's
It might happen now. Now we have new owners.
And he's got
Revitalise the
money.
book.
He's got money.
Revitalise the book.
Wow.
Who's a man with a lot of money and poor impulse control?
Alexander Armstrong.
No, it's your
no,
boy.
our new chairman.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We're buying Cheltenham Town star striker just because we can.
Really?
Oh, I'm all over it.
Who's a man who's proven that he'll throw money behind anything?
Oh, we're in the league below them. We're buying their star player, and I'm fucking here for it.
Why didn't you pursue that book?
Because the club was owned by a man who let's say, had previously sued authors of other books or didn't pay authors of other books, allegedly.
So
I spoke to authors of people who had done books about Gillingham before, and they told me, don't.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
Talk to the new guy.
I might talk to the new guy.
So even doing
I
like
never thought of that until right now.
doing like an so even doing at the time doing like an unauthorized.
That was an authorized book though, and he still didn't help him out.
But could you, like John said,
I
could you do an unauthorized
but I'd have had to
one?
have jumped through a lot of hoops.
Really?
And I was like 18, 19 years
Jump
old.
more hoops to do an unauthorized
Yeah.
book?
Oh, because you're
have to
using
prove it's unauthorized.
effectively you're using the brand name. You'd have to use their imagery or your local paper's imagery, and they'd have to get signed off from the club. The club's very influential in that circle. Obviously, it controls the circle, so I couldn't do much.
Wow.
I'd have to have been so careful, and at 19, I didn't have a bloody clue.
No.
But
So
now
we have a good bloke in charge who might be up for. I never thought of that, John.
You're considerably older as well.
And I know all the legals now.
Yeah.
I know everything about. Ask me anything about the law.
Oh, okay. What's a defendant?
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
So- there we go.
and now that you're so much older.
yeah, I can't
And
stress
wiser.
enough.
Yeah.
And
Well,
wiser.
you're definitely older.
Yeah,
You're definitely older.
and you'll definitely go and rewrite the original manuscript.
Well, here's the thing about that. I'm very busy, John.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're
so,
a lot on,
I'm just so busy.
You are busy.
I can't imagine anything that's happened in the 20 years since I wrote it.
No, it's probably very timely.
Yeah.
And up to date.
In the present day, 40-year-old Andy Thompson. Oh, God, no, it's ruined.
The new owner might want a bit of a feature on him.
Oh, Jesus.
He might want
He
a bit.
seems like a good bloke, actually. I do like him.
Yeah.
It turns out the way to my heart is money. A small amount of money. Yeah.
I picture him as a complete Texan cowboy.
Have I not shown you what he looks like?
I don't think you
Yes,
have.
you have. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you?
yeah.
I'll show you at some point.
Hasn't he got long hair?
Like, did he cut it off?
Ah,
Yeah.
because
To try and
he
fit
said
in.
I won't have long hair until we've won the Champions League. or
Sure,
something.
yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Or was the
Until
source
Chris
of his-
Ray's book's published.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I love the idea that him just being like high on Novocaine and like people coming in front of him. Do you want to buy this, sir? Let me just
Yeah.
move your hand. He goes, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Guys, come in. He's signing anything.
I mean, even if the book's a massive failure, he can afford it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it'll be
matter,
all-
does it? Not
He
important.
may have bought Gillingham on one of his. I'll just have a small statement from the lawyers here. One of his moonshine-induced blackouts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
bib.
exactly.
One of his
A
nibs.
Yeah. Oh, we should. We should do that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So yeah, provisionally, there's a book coming.
Great. Watch this space, guys.
Watch this space. For a book.
Officially supported and sponsored by a show called Hate. Probably.
That would be.
We could spend the budget on that. We got 16 quid to burn,
Yeah, apparently.
I think. Yeah.
On game chickens or whatever they're called.
Who's got a hate? We're 40 minutes in. Who's got?
Jesus.
A,
God, are we?
We've been talking too
Let's
much.
rattle through his.
Okay, right. I've got a hate.
Who's
I've
got a hate? Here we go.
Here we
yeah.
go. Ready.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right. I hate it when you're having a dance. Right. Let's say you're in a place, you're having a dance.
Oh, yeah.
Some sort of.
Already lost me.
Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah.
So maybe you're at a wedding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're at a club.
The clue.
Wherever it may be.
Is that still what they say when they go to the club?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
Sure,
I've
yeah.
heard Gen Zs
Oh,
saying
I got
that.
so many free shots when I used to go to the club.
Why? Because you.
Oh, they handed me a leaflet. I fell for it
What?
every time. No, you used to hand you leaflets and go,
Who?
would
What?
you like to go to the nightclub? Here's
I
leaflets.
literally
Oh,
remember-
outside the. I thought
Yeah.
you meant on the dance floor. People
Oh,
are handing
no.
you leaflets and
No.
getting drinks and.
No, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
That would be good.
No,
Yeah.
that never happened.
So and you're having it, and you're all quite like
Mary.
We're not all dancers here. We're just shaking.
I'm not. I'm certainly not a
shaking a
dancer,
bit,
no.
maybe not even doing that. And then you get that one couple,
Yeah.
and it's a very overzealous man,
Yeah.
almost always.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girl's into it. Usually they're not. And he knows salsa dancing or
Oh,
something.
lovely.
So he's just flinging her around,
Yeah.
showing everyone in the club
In the club.
how
club.
good he is at dancing.
Does she,
Yeah.
Now you say throwing her around. Does she have any say in the matter?
Usually no, I would say.
He's got her by an ankle. It's like
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
just-
Whoa!
She could be a rag doll.
Handful of times I think she might be also on board.
Yeah.
There have been instances where I've seen it's both of them showing off.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me any happier about it.
No.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
I know exactly what you're talking
We're
about.
all
yeah.
here to just gently shake and gyrate to the music. We're not here to dance, and I say in capital letters. We're not here to dance.
That's for social contract here, isn't it? We
exactly.
We do a little boogie.
To see this as an opportunity to show off your steps and how suitable you are for fucking Strictly Come Dancing. No.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then there's an added sprinkle of hate on top of that, which is when the guy, and I swear this is happening more often than not, is way more into it than she is.
Oh, yeah.
And is just chucking her around almost against her will, but she almost can't break free.
She's like, I can't.
Because there's a weird social contract there as well. It's like, if I just cut him off dead, he's going to look like a complete...
Yeah.
He's going to embarrass him.
That'd be great, though.
It would be great, actually. I would love
Just walks off and he's there dancing on his own. Giant.
Yeah. Because you can't do all of his fancy steps on his own.
No, he needs a victim.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was in many ways like a lot easier in a social sense, like going back to like the 1800s or like the 1940s,
when everyone did the same.
Everybody, there were only two dancers. Only two dancers had been invented, and everybody on the planet knew them.
Yeah. One of them was the mashed potato. You know, done the mashed potato
in the 1800s.
Yeah.
How do you do the mashed potato?
Is that a dance?
Wait, do it like this.
You do it like this.
Mashed potato.
Oh,
that's the mashed potato.
That's a hand jive, isn't it?
So it's no.
Okay.
So it's one fist on top of the other. Mashed potato.
And then you say mashed potato like that.
Do the twist.
In
and
the
then
club.
He reels through the
Sure,
other dances.
No, that's great.
I think that's an 1800s
I
song.
think that probably originated in like the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Like the Lindy.
There was green sleeves and the mashed potato.
I think green sleeves is a piece of music.
That's what I said.
Right. I'm glad we agree.
Henry VIII dropping it like it's hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So those were the two songs.
Those were the two.
Dropping it like it's his wife.
Yeah. Oh!
That's a historically relevant
That
joke.
was good,
there.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
To a harpsichord banger.
Oh, play another tinny melody, sir. Oh.
Ons Martinet!
Oh, the
Pump the treble, sir.
More treble. We've only got treble. More of it.
Sir, we're dangerously high on bass. More.
Oh, that pianato. Can you make it higher and tinnier, please?
More tremolo.
I agree that someone who shows off because they can dance is no good.
Yeah.
Now, what triggered this?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. I was
have you-
wondering,
Have you
actually.
been hurt?
What's happened to you?
I feel like I've seen it many times in my life, because
Yeah.
I think we all have.
Sure. Yeah.
But what triggered it was the footage of the Tories' Christmas party.
Oh,
Now I know we don't like to get political on this show.
no, but let's.
But well, let's do it for now.
Yeah.
This was footage of a party that we were told didn't happen.
Wait, sorry. Our lawyers would like us to read a short statement.
Oh, please, go ahead, please, yeah.
Boris Johnson is a hack fraud. Oh, no, that's the wrong.
Oh, sorry,
That's the other side, other side,
yeah, sorry.
That's the wrong statement.
It is statistically probable on the balance of probabilities that at least one person in that room was a decent person.
Right, yeah.
Thank
glad,
you.
I'm
That
glad
was a
we got
short
that
statement
bit
from
out
our
of the way.
lawyers. Yeah. Anyway.
Which one? The one filming.
Yeah. In this footage.
In this footage.
Of
Alleged footage.
A load of rich people.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, flaunting all the rules and having a Christmas party, which all of us were not allowed to have.
Yes.
In this footage, there is a couple dancing, clearly inebriated. This, I think, is an example of the guy being way more into it than the girl is.
She
you're
was sort
right.
of going along.
Yeah.
And he is flinging her around.
Yeah.
And just making a complete tit of himself. And what's most egregious about this example is that no one else is dancing. No one else is dancing.
Because I guess there's many bad things about this illegal party.
This is the least bad thing.
Yeah.
in
Oh, sorry,
many
I
ways.
couldn't possibly say anything about that client's secret illegal party.
Oh crap! There's a lot of bad things about it. One of the most telling things is that I think there were 9 people, 10
At the party.
It's not a big party.
No, it's not. It's clearly in one small room.
So now the footage has emerged. Like, to be dancing that hard at a party with potentially 9 to 11 people,
It's pretty.
you've got to be quite drunk.
Yeah.
Like, how hard have you got to be drinking?
And at the end of the clip, he does fall into the buffet table.
Yeah.
Classic.
Really-
Splatter a few quiche Lorraines. about.
Yeah.
The foie gras never recovered.
no.
Yeah.
There's too much trouser in the foie gras. Not again. It's too much dick in the vol au vents. There was too much. There was.
Oh man!
Not my fault. Don't hit the player.
There was.
It's like that French. It's like that classic French dish which has been.
Oh God, where are we going with this?
It's been classified as like a war crime, and it's technically
What?
Yeah, because it's like you find a bird and you lock it in a dark box, and when it's kept in darkness and you just bury it in like grain, it can't stop eating.
Oh my God.
So literally the bird.
What?
No, this is the thing. They capture these birds. They put them in like
this is horrific.
It's barbaric. Yeah.
Wait, and this happens now.
Less
so.
Yeah.
It's illegal now.
Yeah. I think you'd
Our
have
lawyers
to.
have asked us to read the following statement.
You'd have to go off the beaten track to get
Sure,
it. But
yeah.
they find this like small bird.
Right.
They catch it and go, I'm the world's greatest hunter. I caught this small harmless bird.
Tiny bird.
Lock it in a darkened box.
Yeah.
And with like more grain than it knows what to do with,
Sure.
and because it never sees daylight, it never stops eating.
Oh, I see,
So it
right.
balloons to the point where it is like
Do birds not know when they're full?
this one doesn't.
Oh.
So
particular
it
bird.
literally swells up. So it's just a big ball of meat, and then you pick it up and you drown it in brandy.
Fuck me.
Jesus.
You drown it in brandy, and then you cook it in the brandy you drowned it in, and then the idea is that you get served this insanely just swollen
Fatty.
bird in like the most decadent food in the world. And
How long has it been eating seed? Because surely it would just be seed. If you cut it,
I guess you got to leave
No,
it.
seed would fall out.
I guess you got
Yeah.
to leave it long enough to turn it into like meat. But then you eat it with a big blanket over your head, because apparently you're meant to just like they serve it to you in a bowl. It's meant to smell like pure decadence, and then everyone around the table puts a blanket over eggs. So there's many theories as to why this is. One,
this sounds like a cult, John. I'll be
no,
honest
this is a
with you.
real thing. One is that it's such a messy thing because you're meant to put the whole thing in your mouth, kind of chew, and then just like pull the bones out.
By the way, this is proof you have more than 2 anecdotes. I'm just saying.
Oh, sorry, there we go.
This is
Yeah.
fascinating.
This,
And then-
this is at least 3.
You smell the bones, and apparently, like one, it's very messy, so that's one reason why you might have a blanket over your head. And the other thing is apparently, like it's so decadent that like they didn't want God looking at them while they did it, so you throw a blanket.
and
blanket
so
over your head.
criminal.
Oh,
that
and
you
it's grotesque.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
and-
change my hate. I
and they-
fucking hate rich people.
And they had
Jesus Christ.
and there was a ton of those on the buffet at this Tory party.
Is that where you were going?
That's sorry. Yeah.
That wouldn't shock me. I'm just going to go retrieve the additional
Please
beers.
get the additional
Oh,
beers.
cool.
yeah.
We'll somehow
I'll
have
be
to
very quick.
we'll
Yeah.
somehow have to fill the void while you're away.
Now, didn't you, you and your wife Ali?
My wife Alice.
Didn't you once
yes.
have dance lessons?
We did. Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We
How do you square this circle?
Yes. Well, I can tell you how to square it quite easily, actually, John. So shut the fuck up.
Well, you back off.
you
all right?
absolute
yeah,
shit.
dick. Yeah.
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 At the dance lesson, we did one, to be fair.
Sure.
At the dance lesson, kind of like you said about the medieval times, everyone's doing the same dance.
Yeah.
So you're not the asshole showing off or trying to be like showing everyone how you know how to dance, because everyone is equally inept and
Yeah.
doing
There's
the same
there's
thing.
only 2 dancers and we
Yeah.
all know them. Yeah.
So granted, at that point, now Ali and I have a bank of a couple of moves that we can use.
Oh, interesting.
But did
yeah.
we use them in public? I'd like to say no.
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 I think it's maybe just because you and Ali are so cool and collected.
I'm back with
We
the
are
additional
re-
beers.
we-
He's
really-
back
thank
with
you.
more beers.
We're
Yeah,
really cool.
Lucy, my lovely wife, is very quick to point out how uncoordinated and out of time I am when it comes to
Oh, really?
dancing in any form.
I noticed you'd be out of time.
I feel I'm moving at a perfect rhythm.
Yes.
But when I have to dance with someone, and the person I would dance with is my wife.
Yes.
Apparently I am forever on the offbeat.
Maybe the rhythm you're on is just different.
I have my own.
You're all
Yeah.
limbs.
Yes, nothing.
You're
but-
all
no-
limbs.
All limbs.
Nothing but limbs.
I'm like a bowling pin.
I've brought you today
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, look
a
at this.
watermelon pale ale.
This is exciting. I like watermelon.
Is
and
it
I
meant
like.
to taste like watermelon?
I have no idea.
I'm just gonna do a
I've
quick.
never had it before.
Oh,
The
do a
last
little-
I
Oh, there we
it
go.
reminded me because at my stag do, if you remember.
Oh,
John,
Oh, I
find it
remember
hard
this.
I
to
ate a
forget.
load of watermelon and I've never felt so good in my life.
I tell that story to a lot of people.
Yeah, I had a load of watermelon.
Yeah, I say I went to a stag
Yeah.
where the stag himself
Yeah.
threw a watermelon onto the ground and ate it like a wolverine.
Yeah.
and then afterwards said
Said how good I
that
felt.
he felt like a
felt like-
new man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all true.
We've talked
Yeah,
about it on
it's
the
all
pod
complete- I think
before.
we have.
But when we weighed,
That's why I've bought this anyway.
when we weighed the watermelon before or after, hadn't you eaten the better part of a kilogram of watermelon?
Well, I certainly won.
And what was weird is that a lot of the rind was missing as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lost a finger.
Yeah. So that's why I bought this. because
Yeah,
I
this
thought-
is exciting.
I thought we might find it
Oh,
refreshing.
it's very it's very refreshing.
refreshing?
Is it? I need
That's
to get
good.
rid of the old
It's
one.
really nice,
I'm
actually.
Yeah, I'm
behind
just
you
gonna
guys.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like part of the point of dancing at a party is looking bad.
Yeah.
Like, no, yeah, that's.
But also, like, we're all in this together,
Yeah,
right? This
yeah,
is a
yeah.
very social thing, dancing on a dance floor, and we're all like, "Way, you know, we're all fucking shit at this."
Yeah.
You know, and then you get that one person who, by the way, is also shit, because it doesn't matter how good they are, they will look like the idiot.
It's
think
like
they
a
should be more
professional chess
embarrassed.
player turning up to a kid's chess tournament.
Yes, and then showing off his. That's exactly it.
And then saying, "Oh, I won the kids' tournament."
Yeah, well, of course you did, mate.
yeah,
yeah,
You're a professional chess player.
yeah.
So-
It's. I think it's pretty embarrassing to show off your big fancy moves at a thing where the arena is not that. You know, like fair enough, dance competition. Go fucking hog wild.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Why
smash
don't
it.
you?
Show us what you're made
Yeah,
of.
not on the dance floor.
This
though.
is not that.
This is about, I guess, picking your moment.
Pick your arena.
Because if you were like, say, you were like a triple black belt, like a kind of like 16 Dan kind of karate man, and then you're having like a tussle with your son.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
kick it.
black him out,
Kick the living daylights out of
put him in a sleeper hole.
Yeah, got him.
You shouldn't have fucked with me, Kevin.
Yeah. I told you, clean your room.
Yeah. Now you get the sleeper hold.
Yeah. And then you just take all his trophies.
Yeah.
Did you? These are mine now.
I'm stronger than you.
Speaking of chess,
Oh yeah.
I found another anecdote. I
Here we
dug
go.
deep.
There's a fourth.
Have you heard about the scandal at the heart of professional chess?
No, what a recent scandal.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
At the heart of professional
yeah.
chess.
There's
You
this
can imagine.
dude who's like the bad boy of chess.
Oh yeah.
He's
Is
the
he
one.
the guy who? No, go on. I was going to hijack your anecdote.
Well,
with a whole other
do you think
anecdote.
you know the same anecdote?
He showed up late to a game, and still won.
May have won.
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe that is that guy,
Okay.
but he's definitely the bad boy, the cool kid, the rebel without
Yeah.
a cause.
Does he look cool?
No,
It looks maybe cooler than the average chess
Fine.
person.
So
but,
no- so
yeah,
no
But
then.
still a big no.
but there's
Yeah.
been accusations of cheating,
Oh no.
which apparently is very.
Did he
not-
have other chess pieces up his sleeve?
Well, here's the thing. You might ask yourself.
Is this the bum?
Yes.
I had heard about this
Yeah.
story.
So you may
There's
ask
bums
yourself,
in this story.
You may ask yourself, how do you
Cheat at
How
chess.
do you cheat at
How do you
professional
cheat?
chess?
Yeah.
You know.
I'd love to know.
Now there is an accusation flying around that this gentleman may have had
Oh yeah.
a device
What do you mean a device?
A device.
stored somewhere.
What kind of device?
Kind of. Well, hopefully a
Like a
streamlined
GPS
one.
for the king or something?
No. As in like a
You can say it. You can say it.
capsule-shaped device.
Like a little egg.
Now, what if someone were to search you?
Has this happened recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get searched and people find I've got a hidden device on me that's helping me win at chess.
No.
I've got to hide it somewhere.
Where are you going to put it? Nature's pocket.
Yeah, up your ass. Yeah.
Up your ass.
Probably up your ass.
Put it up your
Yeah.
ass.
So there's a
Yeah.
rumor going around that he had a device secreted up his ass, which was somehow someone was broadcasting maybe Morse code to it.
Yeah, it
Oh,
vibrated. didn't
get
it?
fucked.
Yeah.
As if.
Well, I mean,
Well, part of the proof, if you can
Yeah.
call it this,
it's the look on his face while
yeah,
he was
he
playing.
goes cross-eyed every time he plays. No, he hovers his hand over pieces when he plays, as if he's thinking about.
This
his
is like
move.
the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
Yes.
coughing thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
big time.
perhaps
Yeah.
more obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Although it was a little weird that every time he touched a piece, he went, "Oh!"
Yeah, that was what eventually gave him
But
away.
is he a good chess player?
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
Really?
Without the anal plug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like he was famous enough.
Yeah, it's a
Before
weird
or not?
accusation. It's probably quite hard to prove because even if he did have it up his ass, he
He probably
presumably
doesn't now.
doesn't have it up his ass now.
Yeah.
No.
So what? People looked at the footage and went, oh, "He's got something up his ass."
You know what this footage tells me?
Yeah.
He's got something up his butt.
That's
Yeah.
the way he was sitting.
Yeah. Oh. Imagine if that was a false accusation, though. You wouldn't recover from that either way.
That would really suck. If he's just a brilliant chess player.
You look like. That's basically saying someone, you look like you've got something up your ass.
I do.
Imagine if they accused. I'm going to pick
Yeah,
you,
yeah, pick me, yeah,
John,
yeah.
I would, yeah.
Great writer of comics.
Oh, thank you.
Imagine if
That's very
someone just went, I reckon
reckon.
the only way John's written this incredible series, Afterlife thing, is because he has something up
He
his
has something
ass
up his ass.
that vibrates whenever he's writing.
This is
Every time
actually-
he gets half above the W on his keyboard, and
Yeah.
no,
Oh, no, sorry, S.
This is actually one of my
Big fears.
No, but to some extent, think about it. Like, say, like you're starting out on a new career or a hobby or a pastime. You're doing anything. You
Yeah.
think like, oh man, I've been training for years. I can't wait to bring my skills to this new field. Like, I sure hope nothing bad happens that tarnishes my career forever. And whether it's true or not,
I know.
Even the fact that someone would think
He's now a bum chess guy.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
He is done.
Even the fact that someone might just go, I think he's got a device up his ass that helps him play chess really well. Like,
You don't come back from that.
I mean, someone could have just said it as a troll.
yeah, but if that's a lie,
Yeah.
it's a damn good lie.
It's a genius.
And
We're
no-
talking about it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made
No,
it onto this
It's made it onto
podcast.
we're not on this podcast.
This podcast, yeah.
Yeah. I like to think, because you think like, oh man, all I've got to do is keep my head down and play well, and that'll be my legacy.
All I've got to do is control my concentration face.
Yeah.
I've just got to control my concentration face so it doesn't look like I've got something on my ass.
All I've got to do is not look like I'm coming every time I touch a rook. Yeah, so there you go. I hate the fucking Tories.
Good.
Stupid dancing, and also generally people showing off on dance
Yeah,
floors.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I've got to hate.
Go on.
I'm getting in there.
Yeah.
I hate my.
We need to bash through this.
I hate my diminishing recovery time as I get older.
Yeah.
By which I mean, I did physical exertion on Monday.
Mm.
When I went,
I'm sure you're doing fine now.
and everything.
It's
hurts.
worth pointing out that it's Thursday today.
Yeah.
Is it?
4 days
Yeah.
later.
I hate this. Like, I just hurt. Like, my arms hurt. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to put you a little bit on blast here because you were very careful with where you said I did some physical exertion.
Yeah,
what
like,
you actually
what
did
is that?
was you fought. You were doing Bushido. You were not only beating the living shit out of
Was
other
this
people,
competitive
but
Bushido?
you were having other people beat the shit out
well,
of you.
no, but it was actually no, it wasn't competitive.
No, fine.
But we were doing the culmination of several months worth of training, which was like a kind of. We were put in a situation where
Assessment.
kind of like you had a minute,
Mm.
and then you'd be attacked for a minute, and we had like a kind of a reservoir of
Like
very.
a month's worth of punches just condensed into a minute.
Like by like everyone else.
Yeah, basically we're like
All
okay,
the other Bushido
They all
experts.
stand around you in a circle.
yeah, John, you got a choice here. We can
John,
either.
I'll be honest with you. Because you're being attacked by all the other Bushido experts, your Bushido training will be of no use
Yeah.
here.
Well,
You're going to have to
there's-
just start swinging.
There is nothing you can do to defend yourself from this.
They
Just start
they
windmilling, John.
They are taking turns. Like,
Oh, great.
They give you out options. Like, we can either.
Why is that better?
You can either have one punch with the power of a million
Yeah.
people, or a million punches.
well, here we go.
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm dying either way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So no, it was like a minute of continuous attacks.
Mm.
And the
Which you
idea-
had to fend off.
Yeah, because the idea was that we'd learn a repertoire of maybe 30 potential responses and
Oh, sure.
defenses. And the idea was that, like, to break you out of the habit of kind of just learning a routine, you just learn a big pool of resources.
And then they chuck them at you. Around.
Yeah, and then people
So
just
do
attack.
you don't know what's coming.
That's yeah,
you
kind
do.
of yeah. It's just the idea was like how many.
It's within limitations.
It was the
but
idea like
sure,
how much
yeah.
could you get through in a minute. It was just to
I
kind of
see.
like so. And then we did like advanced punching techniques for like an hour afterwards. So
What is it? What is advanced punching?
in this context,
I'd love to know.
no,
I want to know so I can try it out.
In this context, it's face-based punches.
Right, oh god.
We're not actually punching people in the face. But
Oh.
part of the control is not punching people in the face, which will really
the
help
attack-
when I get into
Yeah,
an actual fight.
but the
Yeah,
attacker
yeah.
doesn't know that.
Well, this is where the trust.
You
comes
can't
in.
actually touch my face.
Well, this is where the trust comes in a training situation.
No, sure, but in real life,
Well, in real life, I think
the mugger's not going to
this
stop.
is going to be
is
the
he?
hard part because when the training actually, when I have to test my skills,
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, don't want to hurt this guy.
If you-
better pull the punches,
Yeah.
If you got mugged,
oh, I'll be useless.
would you? Would you?
You
Well,
must
yeah.
be better than me and Chris.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like you've been. I mean,
Genuine question. Would you? Do you reckon you could? You know,
I don't know.
cause some serious damage.
I think the thing is,
break a shin.
I've still got the psychological barrier of not wanting to
Hurt someone.
anyone. But I'll tell you
Yeah.
this: if someone attacking me threw the first punch,
you know what to do.
I'd be like, "Thank you."
Now I can
because
go
now I
fucking
can.
hog wild.
Yeah, well, yeah, and because that's a
It's like the
free-
Power Rangers. You can't escalate.
yeah, but that's a freebie.
Yeah, true.
So I've still got this big
You
thing
have to
where,
take the first one.
yeah,
Like
Like
I
say you get that one for free.
it feels very taboo, and I'd probably still be awful. My thing is that I feel I still probably lose because I don't think, as much as I've done all this training, I don't like hurting people.
You're not a violent person.
But my dark bargain is that like, oh, you'll win, sir, but I'm taking an elbow.
Yeah, this is it.
Like you'll
They're
never
losing something.
You'll never flex that knee again.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm coming for it.
It's
yeah.
worth it.
What if you get hit the first time and you black out straight away, just straight immediately unconscious, but your body continues to act while unconscious, and you just break the fuck out of it?
I reckon.
You just come to as blood everywhere.
Yeah, like, what did I do?
I reckon inadvertently, John, you could do some real damage. Genuinely. Genuinely.
We do know. Yeah, this is a weird thing. It's like.
And I've never seen you in action.
Break
No,
the arm,
and
walk away.
you don't
Break
want
the
to
arm, walk away.
Yeah, because you learn a lot of breaks, and potentially you learn a couple of neck breaks, which we
Sure.
don't like to kind of. They
Don't like to talk about that outside of Bushido.
it's like edging. They bring you right up,
Yeah.
right up to completion, and then you don't do it. It's like, and guys, now this is just like a taster.
This is what would happen.
Yeah.
If you followed through, this is what would happen.
What's wrong?
I'm always told about that.
So one of our
Different kind of follow through.
one of our teachers, he was really disappointed because he said he bought a face off Amazon.
A face to punch.
A face to punch.
What do you mean, like a rubber face?
Yeah, he was really excited about this because I've got this face, and then
I've bought a face.
and it's like then we'll be able to do all because all we
Well, like a big head.
because all these advanced
I know what you
punches
mean.
are to the face,
Yeah. Right.
So it's like we can actually do like
Ki-ai.
stuff. And it didn't arrive in time, and he's really disappointed. And then he sent me he sent us an email like 2 days later. It finally arrived. And he just sent this picture, and it's so worse. It's so much worse than I thought it was. Like
really?
it's really ghastly.
Is it worse than a chicken nugget Game Boy?
I feel like if it's one of the standardized things like this, I may have seen it. But I'd be
What, a
interested to-
face?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
It's kind of grey.
Grey.
but
I was
like the
expecting
actual
that.
facial features I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
it has a kind of like ghastly expression.
Yeah.
But weirdly, it comes with apparently 2 big Velcro straps because you're meant to like strap it to like a punching bag or something. Now we don't have a punching bag. Now, arguably, because it's got 2 big Velcro straps, you could just wrap it around your head and then let someone go hog wild on you.
On a face attached to a
Do
face.
you think you could commission the face to be like a certain face that you want to punch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like so
that'd be
you're
good.
you're like we've all got an arch nemesis, right?
Yeah.
You just get your arch nemesis's face.
Press it down to latex for half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Arguably,
reckon,
then you probably wouldn't have an arch nemesis anymore. But yeah, sure.
I reckon with money you can like do whatever you
You
want.
can do whatever you want.
Do whatever
yeah.
you want with money.
I mean,
Yeah.
that goes for
You can eat a big round bird, for example.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Publish a book.
You could punch a bird.
Punch a bird.
Punch a big round bird.
Not be prosecuted.
No.
And you've not recovered.
So you're still feeling it.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
you punched a million times.
I guess now we've talked about it for a bit. I guess I kind of understand that, but yeah, I just like
I don't think it's an age thing.
No, it may be a punch
but
thing.
it doesn't seem a bit.
Maybe a,
doesn't it seem
the
a
fact
bit-
you had got punched.
It may be somewhat punch related.
But it seems doesn't it seem a bit excessive that you're like, I do one. Well, I guess I did yoga on Tuesday as well, but you do like one bout of like physical exertion, and then for the rest of the week everything hurts.
I
Like,
do think I know what you mean. I do struggle to because I've never done martial arts
Mm.
of any kind. Well, I did a bit of Tai Chi, but that's like not comparable. And I don't know how quickly I would recover from being punched a million times on Monday. I don't know how, but I do agree generally that it is I'm very slow to recover.
What's weird is that I think out of all of us at the table, I think based on your anecdotes that you have been injured by other people probably the most.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I've been punched in the face twice.
Yeah.
I've been punched in the face once.
Have
There we
you?
go.
Yeah, once in a nightclub in Stoke.
What did you do?
Nothing.
Was it the Flyers?
Nothing. I literally. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
Have a free drink.
To the best of my recollection, and my recollection isn't that good from my time at
Because of
uni.
the
Wonder
incident.
why.
Yeah, because of the punch. Yeah, the guy just came up, punched me in the face, and left.
No reason.
Yeah, no, genuinely no
Do
reason.
you think he mistook you for someone?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, you just have one of those faces.
Yeah, probably is that.
Do you think it's like
Probably
a
that.
gang lord in Staffordshire who looks exactly like you?
Could be.
Yeah.
But then why would he punch me? He'd like bow down if I was a gang lord.
Oh, yeah.
He
Probably.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just punched me. He punched me and then left. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Okay, well, when was the last time either of you injured yourself? Small or large? Like, anything.
Probably like a couple of years ago when I slipped on laminate floor and fell into a door that we had just leaning, like a disconnected door that we had leaning up against the wall, and it just lacerated my knee open, and I just bled everywhere.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you had a big old gash on your
Yeah,
leg,
it was
didn't you?
horrifying. That's probably the most recent big injury I had. I couldn't stop it bleeding. It was horrifying.
I'm quite lucky in that I've never touched wood, etc. Had a particularly serious injury. I've never broken a bone.
Really?
Never broken a bone.
You do.
I have the hole in my leg.
Yeah, you do
which
have a
is-
hole
Oh
in your
yeah,
leg.
because you got
Yeah,
impaled on a
yeah.
fence.
That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
But
you
that-
wrenched your shoulder going down a water.
But that
thing
was
once.
15,
Yeah.
16 years ago.
What's great is that most of your life you have been slightly inebriated, and
Thank
when
you.
you're drunk,
Maybe
you're
you
often
you
ragdoll.
don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Although only one of those two things was when I was pissed. The water slide, I was hungover.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of being
When
pissed.
was the last kind of like?
That makes you sound great.
When was the last like small injury you had? Like just something kind of like really minor and inconsequential.
I have had from a wedding I went to the weekend a bite on my knee.
Yeah.
Which is there. I'm just pointing at it for
Yeah.
John's benefit. That, and then we put some iodine on it or whatever the equivalent is in the UK. And that's probably the latest minor injury I've had.
And how's that recovery going?
It's fine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Well, yeah, slower there than it used to be.
I didn't say it would be a good story.
Yeah.
No.
But I'm just like, I'm 36. I'll turn 37 this year.
You don't look a day over 34.
Thank you. Very
Yeah.
kind.
Well, the biggest problem I've had recently in terms of recovery, if you want a recovery
or
anecdote-
hangovers.
No.
Oh, hangovers last
actually not
100
so much
days.
because I don't get quite as pissed now.
Yeah.
And therefore,
interesting.
my hangovers are slightly better.
Okay.
By default. I went to a work laser tag
Oh,
event / team bonding thing a few weeks ago.
Sure.
And we ran around for what? Like literally ran around non-stop for maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
yeah, that's enough.
And that took a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's-
That would destroy.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing where I want to be able, because you go into it, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, laser tag is gonna be great fun. I'm gonna be running bang, I'm gonna be
And
shit.
it was.
And like
it
5
was,
minutes,
yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
gasping. Yeah.
Because I got out of bed this morning. And bear in mind, this is
Oh
like
no, I'm sorry to hear that.
3 days after, this
Being
big
punched a
bout.
million times.
And I get out of bed and I go like, you know what? Slept pretty well. I'm a little stiff. So I start kind of like waddling across the room, open the door, cat comes in, bend down to stroke the cat, lose feeling in my arms. And then I stand up and I almost black out because there's no,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is this normal? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and then every morning I go, well, better go put the kettle on.
Walking like you're a frame.
I'm 36.
Yeah.
It's not going to get
Oh, you're
better.
screwed, John. Yeah.
No. This could be.
Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm like,
no, I don't think so.
Maybe I've got like a vitamin Q deficiency or something like
No,
that.
I don't think so. Well, I went to I'm quite a small man, so I shouldn't really have back problems, particularly.
Oh, really? Is that a thing? You
I
shouldn't have
don't
back
know.
problems
I
being
don't know.
small?
I'm just making that up.
Okay,
but,
fine. Cool. Yeah, no, I trust you.
But
about it.
I've been to the osteopath, the chiropractor. I went to like an NHS.
One of those
thing.
isn't real. I don't know which one
Yeah,
it
the
is.
chiropractor.
It's hard.
Ah,
To,
right.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
And all of those, I was still like, I still have a bad back. You're supposed to be a professional,
Yeah.
helping me, but obviously they can only do it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And that's just an age thing.
And I think, yeah, you reach 37, 30,
And you
whatever, and everything's busted.
For everyone who's young listening to this, it will happen to you.
No one young's listening to this.
No, wouldn't have thought so.
I've had such a knock.
I wouldn't have thought so.
But it's the thing, like, I was watching a video of a guy doing like urban exploration, like navigating stuff, and you go, "Oh, it's so impressive!" Like he's going like he's running across a building site, But then also, I'm really impressed when he can duck under like a kind of like a bar at chest level. Like, God, he's limber.
God, look at that.
Yeah.
Doing very well
Look
for
at the
himself.
flexibility on that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on him. Good
Yeah.
on
It was
him.
like you jumped over a fence when we were
I
at
did
the
vault a
NEC.
fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you?
And I did that.
I was very impressed
And as
by
I
that.
went to do it, I was like, I don't know if I can actually do this anymore. And then it happened, and I was like, oh, thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
Because if I had failed,
Yeah.
John would have watched that and watched me fall.
That would
into
be
I
the
know,
very
water.
impressive.
and there's times when I feel like, God, yeah, I'm in control of my body. I'm limber. This is great. And I remember looking at that thing and going, oh, the railing's a bit wet. What if I slip?
Yeah.
I better not, And I took it slowly.
Yeah, but this is testament to me being an idiot, actually, to some extent.
Well,
because
you
I
just
didn't
went
stop.
for it.
I didn't stop and look at that wet fence. And yeah, okay, I got away with it this time.
Yeah.
But next time,
Next time you might not.
next time I might not.
But you're like a guy who's devoted his life to like the theatre of the mind. Like you come up with ideas, you draw them. The biggest muscle is your wrist.
Yes, and the whole thing hinged on my wrist, I think.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's always good to rely on that.
Yeah, I got my drawing arm and I got my wanking arm.
Yeah.
And they are equal in
They're
strength.
two very key arms.
Powerful arms.
Aren't they?
Every time I see Nick try to vault a fence, I think to myself, how am I going to explain this to the accountant when
Yeah.
the big punch wrist goes under?
One thing.
The only thing we've got insurance
The
for.
big punch wrist.
keeping us afloat.
Yeah. We had every time we went from our house at uni
Yeah.
to the nightclub at uni, there was a giant metal fence because they always used to close it to close off the access to one street. I assume because residents complained, perhaps, or whatever.
Ah.
Anyway, it would stop us taking a shortcut
Yeah,
from my
bastards.
house to the club.
Absolute
Sure,
bastards.
yeah.
We would climb that whilst pissed every single night.
Really?
It was
And
a-
you
it-
never. No one ever.
No one
had
ever got injured.
had a trouble.
Yeah.
It must have been It must have been 8.5 foot high. Like
So
it's a tall,
So you've had a lot,
metal.
you've basically had a lot of experience of throwing yourself over a fence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Except the one where
What
I
went
hurt
wrong?
myself.
Yeah.
Well, there were spikes on that one.
Ah, there we
The
go.
one
yeah.
in Stoke, we sort of climbed over, which was metal, had just those diamond crisscrosses on, so you could like sort of climb over and then just get your leg over and climb back down.
Yeah.
Whereas the one I had my leg on
Yeah.
was just a metal spiked fence.
Impaling.
And
I
it
mean,
impaled
like,
my shin.
part of me wants to have, like, you know, like if you could be like a fly on the wall.
Mm.
Part of me, I'm morbidly fascinated. I'd like to see what that looked like to everyone
me too.
present. And
Yeah.
also, I don't want to see it because I
Yeah.
feel that would have
Yeah.
been.
I think I definitely don't want to see it.
Yeah, I have very little memory of it.
Yeah.
So which I think is
That's
good.
That's a good.
I think
thing.
that's good.
They say you can't really remember pain.
No, good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's entirely true. I can still remember how awful everything felt. I just can't specifically remember the pain itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I remember being out years ago now, probably like a decade ago. I remember being out drinking in town and walking home, probably with you and our good friend Snowy, and slipping into a children's play area in the middle of the night.
That was a bad phrasing.
I wouldn't probably. Yeah.
Well, it's a public play area,
Yeah,
like
the
you know.
slipping
That's
part
even
was the
worse.
bad
Yeah, I
bit.
wasn't. Yeah, yeah.
Aches
I don't think the play area
Yeah.
was the worst bit.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, and I remember
not
because
very bad.
because the alcohol made me strong. I
Yes.
remember climbing up on a frame, hooking my legs over the top of a horizontal bar,
Yeah.
hanging from my legs, and feeling
Like King of the World.
king of the world. Great, climbing down, didn't get injured.
Yeah,
Go home,
good for
wake
you.
up in the morning. Oh,
What happened?
What did I do?
Why does everything
My
hurt?
core.
I always think injuries you get when you're drunk, or when things you eat when you're drunk don't really count.
Yeah,
There's no science in that.
it's
You're
like
borrowing from the future.
Yeah.
Because I still have this thing even now. I don't know if it's just my upbringing where I go like, if I had 3 meals in a day, I'm like, well, I can't eat anything else. And then in the days when we would go out and get kind of
If you had
like,
a takeaway,
You'd have the secret fork.
Rochambeau, you'd have the secret fourth meal.
You'd have a big old takeaway.
And then
on
you
the way
wake up
home.
in the morning, and where's it gone?
Yeah.
It's just kind of...
And you'd have fucking breakfast
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's the wild thing. You'd wake up
Yeah.
after a night out, you'd had a massive kebab,
Yeah.
and then you'd wake up in the morning and it would be shit o'clock.
Doesn't
It'd be
count.
like 7:30 or whatever, and you'd be like, I want breakfast, I'm hungry.
Don't
Yeah.
count.
And you'd go somewhere, like go to Spoons or something, you'd go get a massive fucking breakfast
Yeah.
to try and solve the hangover. How did we do that?
No, I don't do that anymore.
No, I couldn't
Those
do
days
that.
are over.
There was the days when...
Well over.
In the bad old days when we had nothing going on in our lives and we still lived at home,
Yes.
we would go out drinking in Gloucester.
Big time.
And then on the way home, we'd have like a cheeky kind of like popcorn chicken from KFC.
Oh, yeah, you
and
got
then
it.
have a riotous shit the following morning.
Yeah,
Like,
well, I mean-
the things that chicken would do to your body was
yeah.
remarkable.
Not that recently, but certainly in the last year, I've had a KFC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me
Oh
too.
yeah, I've had a KFC in recent
Yeah,
memory.
I broke the seal. I've not had a McDonald's for since 2005 actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the last
Yeah.
McDonald's I had.
Although
yeah.
I saw you at McDonald's.
Yes.
I bumped into you at McDonald's
Yes.
a few months ago.
Did you make eye contact?
I tried
I
not
came over and
to,
said
but he
hello.
came over nonetheless.
I came
Yeah.
over and said hello
He did.
Which
He was
Mackie D's
very-
was this?
That was the one.
in the retail park.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! So you really picked a glamorous.
Oh yeah.
I
Well, it
went-
was a really glamorous morning because we've been to the Tip.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh,
that was. A
I was
highlight.
going to B&M.
Oh,
Yeah, B&M another highlight.
And
Christ
then
alive.
it wasn't
Yeah.
open, so I went to McDonald's for breakfast and I saw you.
Yeah.
There you go. It's good.
What a dream. I was with Ali as well.
oh
Yeah,
sure.
Ali
I
was
was just
there.
on my own at McDonald's.
Yeah. I was on my own.
Yeah, well, you weren't because we were there, so you benefit
that's
from us.
true,
being
yeah.
there.
Please don't tell people how I eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got a hate.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Go on then.
Yeah, we do need to get through this. Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there's some of them are good people.
Here we
I
go.
should carry
Yeah,
on
this-
shit.
This is it. This is the watershed
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Here we go.
It's taken us
We're dipping into controversy.
over 100 episodes.
No. I'm sure life coaches.
Oh,
my hate.
yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
No. Yeah, I
Yes.
agree completely.
I
Yeah.
went to a work event yesterday. So this week, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was this week.
Yesterday was in fact this week.
Yesterday
yeah.
was this week. And one of the so we have a once a year thing which is called a CPD day, continuous professional development.
Great.
Fine, I'm all right. I'm on board with that. Good for well-being.
That's like the non-hallucinogenic element of
Absolutely.
cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm on board with it. If it's good for people, then that's good. And we had we have 4 sessions in the day, basically.
Sure.
And they get external people in to like present to us and get us to do activities.
Okay.
Get to know our colleagues a bit better.
Sounds a little bit icebreakery. I don't like that.
It is a bit, but my team have been sort of well established for certainly a few months, if not a year or so.
Sure.
That's fine. We all know each other pretty
Sure,
well.
grand.
I'm fine with that.
Grand.
Although I wish I was working, weirdly. Anyway, we have 4 sessions, and 3 of them yesterday were fine. And we did one last year, fine. One was quite good. This year, we had one, fuck my life. It was dog shit. So we turn up to this life coach session.
Oh, no.
And I'm already thinking, oh, okay, fine. Well, I have to go. It's a mandatory thing. Fine. The guy, there's 2 blokes, 2 sort of blokes in their 50s. One of them starts talking, and I won't say their real names because I can't remember them because I wasn't really listening by then.
No, that's fair.
But he was like, hi, my name's Stuart and I feel things. And I just went, fucking hell.
Crawl up my ass.
Here we
and
go.
Die. Oh my.
I feel things
God.
and I have thoughts. And I have bad days and I have good days. And I like to be outside. And I was like, oh no.
Oh
no. This is the cringiest thing.
And it's only just started.
This is the introduction.
Yeah, he said 9 words, and I already hate him.
And then he started going, a place like this is an awful place to learn. Now,
What?
right, so I'm in a lecture theatre at a university.
Right.
and I just turned to someone, I just went, this is a lecture theatre.
This is where people
He's
learn.
like, I prefer to be outside, which is why I've opened the door, and you can hear the outside, and you can get some of the outside
Come
coming
on,
in.
let's
to
go.
this
Let's go
space.
talk to an elm.
I like to. Yeah.
all we
It
learned
was
from a
It was like
spruce.
that.
Let's cavort in the meadows.
It was like that, and he was like, my new job. I used to be an investment banker. Yeah, I bet you fucking did.
Yeah, rhymes.
But
with
But
it.
now I hold court with the bluebells.
The abbreviation of my job was SACM. I used to be a what was it? It was like a sickness absence coordinator. It was like, but I didn't like to sack them. But you just said you didn't sack them. You said you were a sickness guy.
Yeah.
It's just the acronym is said sack them.
That's not a.
It's inconsistent.
That's not a joke.
And he goes, during the pandemic, I quit my job and I was able to become a life coach and help other people. And I'm like, fucking hell. Here we go.
What's great is that, like, if you have spent 20 years as an investment banker, you probably do have a financial security to
be able to do this
pursue
shit.
bullshit.
Well, this
Yeah,
answers the question I
yeah.
was about to ask, which is, how do you make money as a life coach? And I think the answer is, you don't, because you already have plenty of money, don't you?
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
there's
have the money to do it, so it doesn't matter if you
Doesn't
fail.
matter if you make it or
Do you
not.
feel like there's a Venn diagram here between like life coaches and LinkedIn bullshit,
Yes.
and right in the centre there's just this shining star where it's
Yeah.
this wonderful man,
Stuart.
Stuart.
The great irony would be that later on, people would say that was the good bit
Oh.
when we left. So the other guy pipes up.
Oh no.
Hi, my name's Tim. I don't know.
Stuart and Tim.
Stuart and Tim, whatever. Those probably aren't their real
Great
names.
at parties.
Timp.
Yeah.
How about Tim?
Timp, that was Timp, yeah. That's definitely not his real name.
Hi, my name's Timp.
So he started.
Do you say Tim?
Yeah.
What?
Can I call you Tim for short? No.
No, it's Tim.
Um,
Short for Tim Partney.
so he gave us these booklets, and I was like, oh, God, here we go. So they had on the front, how would you rate yourself out of 10? And I said 10.
Easy.
I'd rate you out of 10. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, right, let's play the game. So overall, how would you rate yourself today?
Oh, these poor men. I flipped it 100%. I feel so sorry for Timp and Stuart. They had no idea you were walking into their room.
No, so they were like, how would you rate yourself out of 10 today? And then Stuart goes, I'd rate myself a -3. Fucking hell, Stuart. Keep it light.
Yeah,
It's
bloody hell, Stuart.
I had a bad discussion with my daughter this morning because I forgot she had an exam. You're supposed to be the coach.
Yeah.
You're the guy who's supposed to be telling us this is good.
But also, you're the guy who opened the door to let the outside in.
Yeah.
You're the guy who's telling me
He's
that
supposed to be having a
everything's
good
fucking
day.
great when you're holding court with the bluebells.
He's supposed to be having a good day.
He's supposed to be good.
So then
-3, Stuart. We don't need this.
they were like, right, so rate yourself up today out of 10 and then write down 5 qualities and rate yourself out of 10 for those.
I hate this
So I was
so
like,
much.
okay, fine. So I wrote down, I can't remember what I wrote down now.
10.
I wrote down
10.
10.
I wrote down legend.
Fucking legend.
wrote
Lightsaber
down-
skills.
Absolute G.
Yeah.
People's
Stone cold killer.
people's champion. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Dreamweaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wordsmith.
Yeah.
philanthropist,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rate yourself out of 10,
Entrepreneur.
and then it's sort of irrelevant what you wrote down, and I'll get to that.
Oh, I would say it's definitely.
It's definitely irrelevant in the grand
Wait,
scheme of things.
I thought this was a scientific test.
Yeah, no,
What's going
indeed.
on?
It's
And I was
easy to
like,
think that.
I was just like, fine, okay. And then it was like, right, on your worksheets. Oh, they were going, who's good at maths in here? Who would rate yourself 8 out of 10 for maths and 7 out of 10 for maths? And I was like, right, fine.
Okay, well, I don't know.
I said 10.
So really say anything. It's like, it's
It doesn't matter.
It's
It really
impossible.
didn't
I mean,
matter.
I can count to 10.
And then it was like, right, so add those scores together and write them down at the bottom of your sheet, and we'll come back to that later. So I wrote down 45, whatever.
Yeah.
51.
I wrote down more than I could.
5 qualities, 51. How did you do that?
And then they were like, right now, you need to write down the name of someone you admire or look up to or whatever.
Oh,
And
who did you write for that?
I wrote Andy Murray, who's a tennis player.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
That's
But I
fair.
do admire him because he's come back from adversity and he was lots of different things. So I do admire Andy
Oh, okay.
Murray.
There
No,
we
that's
go.
fair.
There we go.
And
Yeah.
I wrote down sort of 5 qualities I associate with Andy Murray and rated him out of 10 for those.
Mahogany.
He was lower
Fine.
than you, I presume.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I could have written myself, I would.
Who do you admire? Me.
Yeah. And it was like, right. Now write down the final score for the person you look up to and add them together.
Add your score,
My
and their
score and their score together.
Sure.
I was like,
Okay,
okay.
can do that.
And they were like, now times that by 1,000,000. Right. That's your self-worth. What? What do you mean?
What? Oh,
This
this is.
sounds like a joke.
What do you mean? No, it's not.
This
This
is
is what
very-
this is what happened yesterday to me.
No, you think it's a joke, John, because you don't understand. It's very scientific.
And they
Okay.
were like, right. So at the start of every morning, what you should do is assess your self-worth. And I was like,
What, out of like 102 million or whatever?
and then write that down, and that's what you've got in the bank of self-worth. And I was like, what?
I'm not even tracking their, because obviously this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But even if the bullshit was there to try and make me feel better about myself,
Yeah.
I'm not even tracking that part.
But also, one of the options, I said about write down some qualities. They
Yeah.
could also you could also rate them badly, or they'd be negative qualities, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if I'm good at being a twat,
Yes.
that's more money in my bank.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, but not the bank that you can spend. The bank of self.
The bank of self-worth.
Worth.
And it was like, and your value will go up and down every day. Sometimes your value, but it won't because, but it won't.
If some fucker had marched into this room, he'd been hired as a motivational speaker,
Yeah.
and he honestly put like 4 crystals on the table.
Yeah.
This guy- and talked to you about how by praying to these crystals,
that would make more sense.
arguably more scientific
Yeah.
than the crap.
Well,
he's
that's something I can take away.
Yeah.
Like, hey mate, where'd you get the crystals from? Like, I'll buy some of your crystals.
Can I
Yeah.
have one of your crystals?
Can I have-
I'd like to buy.
I'd like to
your-
buy.
Could I buy your confidence crystal, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I
Yeah.
buy your sexual power crystal, please?
It's like when Bugs Bunny put water in the flask in
Oh,
Space Jam.
yes, yeah.
And said, here's some special sauce.
yeah.
And all of them were like, wow, I feel
Yeah.
so much better.
placebo effect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if a guy had walked in and said, "I'm not like the other life coaches. I'm not going to give you some
No.
random metrics or tests. I'm not going to tell you to find your self-worth." And then he literally took out a kind of like a 1992 Reebok water bottle that he's written on masking tape on the side.
Special
Dave's
sauce.
special sauce.
I would
Yeah.
grab that in a
There you
heartbeat.
go. This will make you a sexual predator.
I would rather that's what had happened yesterday.
Okay, right, okay.
And then, so anyway, the next page over, they printed a blank check. They're like, now we want you to write today's self-worth on this check, and that's the amount you're taking to the bank.
How are they not humiliated? While they're
And I
doing
was like,
this?
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what bank?
Then they showed a graph of like profit going up and down, and I'm like, so what? You're
Wait,
making...
are we talking about profit now?
Why, what's now? What's
And then,
this
yeah,
now?
it was about profit, like on a monthly basis, not a daily basis.
profit of what?
Self-worth. They
Fucking
said
what?
self-worth is up in August,
What?
but if it's down in July, that's okay.
Is it? Why?
And but why is it? But you're telling us to worry about these numbers,
yeah.
but then they don't matter.
Like someone paid to hire these men.
My employer paid for this.
That's embarrassing.
That is.
I'm embarrassed.
But then they were
for-
going on about the other. I mean, it's an analogy, but what else it means is whatever time you put into something or someone, you should get that back with interest.
Wait,
What?
what?
What does that mean?
What does that? That we haven't
What
even
does that
covered,
mean?
We haven't covered time.
are you talking
We haven't covered
about?
time and investing time.
They should start going on about.
Why do we keep?
They should start
giving-
going about. oh yeah, so you've invested time in yourself, but when you invest time in others, you should get that time back.
What does that mean?
And with interest. And it's like, I don't know what that means.
But where do I
know what that means.
Where do I... hand up. Excuse me, sir. Timp, is it?
Timp.
Where do I get the interest from, Timp?
But that can't... Fiscally, that can't work. Because if I put more time into John, that John only has a certain amount of time. He can't put more time into everyone else, and I can't put more time into someone else than they put into me because I only have the same amount of time.
If you put an hour into John...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then John goes, fuck, I feel great after that hour you gave. I'm going to give you an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but then where's the interest?
With interest.
Where's
you
the
don't
interest?
have the time
Does
for
John
that.
give the interest?
What if I purchased from you now?
Yeah.
Because I know you're busy right now, but I know you'll have
Very
3
busy.
hours of interest next week. What if I purchase
seems unlikely.
your hour futures?
Yes.
I'll happily pay you today
With
for
self-worth.
the
For an
work
hour for
for the
tomorrow.
work you will complete in a week's time.
Interesting.
And then Nick,
Yeah.
why don't you take out insurance on my purchase of
Yeah.
How do we crash the
I
self-worth
want to-
economy?
I
is
want-
what
I think it's
wanna
already
know.
crashed.
I want
I
to
think it's
buy
a-
the debt. I want to buy the emotional debt between the two of you. How can I do that?
Yeah.
And yeah, like John says, how can we crash this?
I'd like to gamble on the likelihood
Put it all on red.
that his debt will
Yeah.
he won't be able to
Put it all
pay
on
that
red.
back. Yeah.
I'd like to gamble that the hour you spend with John will actually make John feel much worse.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to gamble.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I'll make sure of that.
Can I trade self-worth for self-delusion? Because I've got a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
actually-
And it turned out they did as well.
The beauty of self-delusion is you're fucking rich with that.
Yeah.
It's loaded.
Everyone's rich with that. Anyway, we sat there for 40 minutes and nobody could wait to leave. Everybody just couldn't wait to get out of there. It was mad.
I would have tolerated a certain amount of that bullshit if it tracked. If it just moved from one point to another and sort of, it was still cringy as fuck, but at least it made fucking sense.
It didn't make sense.
But it didn't make sense.
Didn't make
There's
any
no
sense.
continuous logical line through any of that shit you just
As
said.
I say, fiscally-
I hate you now.
Fiscally, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Emotionally,
Logically,
it doesn't make sense.
emotionally.
Logically, it doesn't make sense. I was just like, what are you talking about?
Do you feel like if you got to a point in your life, you might go like, I need a bit of direction. I reckon I might need to find like a career coach or someone who can say, let's look at where you are, where you can go from here. Life coach.
Yeah.
Because you're not.
It's the broadest
you're
term
not-
you can imagine.
You're not a therapist.
No,
Well, it's a
no,
therapist.
because you offer generic guidance.
Yeah.
It's
right?
It's someone who considers themselves a therapist that didn't want to do the work.
Yes, and
Yes.
has no qualifications or.
Yeah.
I had. Oh God, I've been filling out various forms lately because I've been signing up with a few agencies, that sort of thing, and I signed up with one freelancing agency, and it said like, what is your area of expertise, and you had to select from a drop down list, and I swear. Life coach was
Ugh.
listed as one of them.
That is mad, isn't it?
That's where you go if you have nothing else to bring to the world.
I'm sure. As I
Yeah.
say, I'm sure there are some people who are perfectly good at it.
Maybe. Like the only
Maybe.
experience I've had with one is another employee at the company I used to work at. They had a friend who had become a life coach, and she had just, with loads of family money, parents' money, I think,
Yeah.
she had just flown out to some like beautiful tropical island. I don't know where it was, probably in the Caribbean somewhere. And just like every couple of days, she'd post a video to Facebook, and it would just be her
I'm a
ankle
life
deep
coach now.
in blue water with glittering sand.
Yeah.
You know, she'd just be in a bikini, perfect body, you know,
Yeah.
and she'd just be holding the camera up like selfie style, and she'd be like, "Hey guys, it's me, Tiffany, your life coach.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say that all you got to do is put a smile on your face, and you know what, you're going to get through what's hard. You're going to get through what you're struggling with today. And I've got a couple of sessions later on. I can't wait to get into helping people today. But this is just my thought for the day. And yeah, that's me. And there she is, like in this like impossible paradise.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I'm sure you're doing all right, Tiffany. I'm sure stuff's cracking off great.
The thing is with that, I'm miserable. You know, on this show.
Yeah.
And you
Certainly
know,
on this
I'm just
show.
an old guy who's just moaning about things. But it doesn't take that much to put a smile on my face. If I go to Cornwall, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I just need to
great.
go. It's 3 hours down the road. I'm happy.
Fucking amazing.
Life coach is going to Bermuda or wherever and going, oh, this is where my happy place is. Fuck me, I wouldn't take advice from you then.
No, true.
If I need to go to Bermuda to be happy,
That-
fuck that. There you
That
go.
is some profound shit from
Yeah.
Chris Ray right there.
You put a smile on my face. There.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
constantly.
like genuinely.
That's
That's
yeah.
very nice.
That honestly, you've said something.
Yeah, there you
today.
go.
You said something today.
So there you go. So it was a load of old bollocks, even in the world of life coaches. And if there are any life coaches listening to this, fucking sort it out. Because
Sort it out.
Because that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
I've often felt that like ASMR practitioners, that's the last refuge of like the utterly talentless.
Yeah.
I feel this is kind of similar.
Yes.
And
it
also,
was just a couple of blokes who obviously had lost their jobs during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And thought, fuck it, let's just try
Oh
this.
my god, that is so
but
true.
had a lot of shares in X that were like,
And we're like, what can we do quickly? And we have contacts to enable us to get into companies.
Yes, that's
and
it.
do this.
I really like.
we just say some stuff.
I really like the kind of the thing that they themselves glossed over. Like, well, good morning, Timp. Good morning, Steward.
Sure.
And it's like, how are you feeling today? Out of 10, I'm a -3,
Yeah.
Tim. Why? Well, my bitch of a daughter. Whoa, Tim, where's all this coming from?
Yeah. It was just bizarre. Anyway, as I say, we had 3 other good sessions and everyone applauded after those sessions. Everyone just left this one.
Wow.
Just walked out.
That is awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible.
No, that is.
It's certainly one of the worst things I've sat somewhere for.
I feel so sorry for you.
It may be one of the worst things I've ever been to.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
come up on the pod, but I've sat through a team building exercise where we all had to wear the coloured hats.
Oh yeah.
Where the red hat
do
meant you
remember
could
that.
only criticise, the white hat meant you could only say positive things.
Yeah.
I wanted to die.
Yeah.
This is worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
100%.
really bad.
And it's worse because you had to suffer through it, and and someone got paid for that. Some chancer
Yeah.
on the highest
Yeah.
level sold
so
their
true.
life experience services.
Yeah. We haven't been asked for feedback yet, but I'll be feeding back. Don't you worry about that. I'll be feeding back on the old staff form.
Do you have the check though?
No, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
the
seriously,
moment
actually.
the moment I walked out the door, I put it in the recycling. And everyone said, "Oh, they might see." I was like, "Don't care.
I really don't. At this
Don't
point,
care if they do see me."
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So there you go.
God, the level. I don't feel qualified to run my own life, let alone
No,
put on a
I think to have the
hat.
gall to call yourself a life coach and
Yeah.
then turn out with that.
and then do that.
Yeah. But
Like,
also,
I think the only way you can say you're a life coach is if you deliver something. And I think what you've
Yeah.
delivered today is
Yes!
actually far more valuable
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
anything I've ever heard from a life
God,
coach.
I'd rather sit down with a more down to earth, normal person who's like, you know what, life's fucking hard.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Go to Cornwall.
yeah,
Go-
go
yeah.
to Cornwall.
You know what?
Yeah.
Life's hard.
It
go to
is
Cornwall.
good. It is good.
Cornwall is good, actually.
Get yourself
yeah.
an ice cream, you know.
Oh
Fuck,
yeah.
yeah.
I had a good ice cream in Cornwall. What did I have? It was like it was like banana.
Oh,
nice.
Like a
okay,
banana
yeah,
ice
actually, yeah,
cream.
banana.
That was
Oh.
good. I was in Padstow. A banana ice cream. That was good.
Good to know. Check that
Yeah,
out.
grand.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
well, who's got a love?
Oh yeah. Okay.
We're doing all right, actually.
Come on.
We're not doing too
Chop,
badly.
chop, chop,
Let's
chop.
bash
Yeah.
to it. Right. When I was a kid, I reversed out of my drive, and
What do you mean? Wait, what? You were driving?
Well, I was a young man.
A young man.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
On
say
the cusp of manhood.
Kid fluent. Yeah. Yeah.
I like
maybe
how we breezed as a child.
Maybe I was eight.
reversed out of the driveway.
I was 18, reversed backwards with my car
Yeah.
out of my family home's drive. And there wasn't a car parked across our drive, but on the other side of the road, there was a car like across from the exit.
Oh,
of the drive.
sure, yeah.
And I just backed straight into that.
Oh no.
And I just clang, like, yeah, I wasn't very good at driving.
No,
I was 18.
sure.
I'd only been driving for like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
You were very drunk.
I was
In my defence, I was absolutely hammered.
disproportionately drunk.
Yeah.
Like, insanely drunk.
In my defence, Your Honour, my senses were quite impaired at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wearing a sleep mask. and
I had a load of Benadryl.
yeah, yeah, and so I was terrified, mortified. Obviously, young
Yeah.
driver, and I knew that what you're supposed to do because it was parked, so there was no one in it.
You got to stop. You got to leave a note.
You got to leave a note.
Got to leave
Yeah.
a note.
So write a little note. Just wrote my name,
Yeah.
address, and
Quick sketch of catamaran.
phone number. Yeah, quick sketch, cat and
Yeah.
rag sign. You know.
Whoops. Say, cat, it looks like we've digged this car. It sure does,
In
Marag.
brackets, that one's for you.
Then bill him for that.
Yeah, invoice will be on the way.
Yeah.
Poke that under the
Sure, yeah, you got it.
under
yeah,
the
yeah.
windscreen wiper.
Yeah.
Go on my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah.
Come home from wherever I was, and because my parents were out when I left, right?
Yeah.
Come home from wherever I was, and the car's still there that I dinged.
Yeah.
with my
Shit.
big dent in the door and everything.
Yeah.
But my little notes gone from the windscreen. And
Ah.
I was like,
Have they taken it or not?
Maybe they've taken it, and I'm going to be in big trouble. I was pulling into the drive, like, heart in my mouth,
Sure,
thinking,
yeah.
not only have I done this awful thing, but now I'm going to have to tell my parents I did this
Yeah.
awful thing. I open the door, my dad's there, and he's like, "You drove into the car, didn't you? Left a little note." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I took that." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I fucking hate that guy always parking there. It's so fucking annoying. He deserves a fucking dent in the side of his car. We're not going to give him your insurance
Really?
details.
Brilliant.
Because hopefully this will put him off from like ever
Yeah.
parking there again."
Brilliant.
And that was the moment in my
Yeah.
life that I learned that sometimes your parents can kind of be a bit of
Yeah,
a dick
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's kind of all right.
And it's fine.
Yeah,
I love that.
And you don't always have to be the perfectly good boy. You
Yeah.
can kind of just be like, "Nope," and pull the
Yeah.
note from the windscreen wiper.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Dad, you fucking legend."
Yeah.
And
That's when you saw behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the first
Yeah.
time that my parents showed that they weren't this like perfect,
Yeah.
like Adonis of good deeds, and instead
Yeah.
they were like, "No, fuck that guy
Fuck
for
that
parking
guy,
there."
yeah.
He never parked there again.
You came home and your dad was like sitting on the porch with 2 hammers. He's like, "Son."
I bet he knew as well, but he couldn't prove it.
Yeah.
He must have known.
Oh
It was-
yeah,
it was
he
one
must
of
have
one
known.
of you.
I mean, he
yeah.
was parked across our drive on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the road. There's no one else.
That's the thing, because if you'd been like on a random street corner somewhere,
Yeah,
there's
no one would have known.
deniability. But the fact that your driveway is directly
yeah,
opposite
and
the
the back
car.
of my car's just kicked it in as well.
Yeah. Same dent, but they've reversed.
And I just randomly remembered this the other day because I was with my dad and I told him this story again. And I was like, I said to him, like, this was the moment that I learned that we can kind of, as adults, we can kind of like throw caution to the wind and just kind of be a dick. And Dad was like, "I wish that wasn't the lesson you'd learned from that."
What lesson should you
I
have
know,
taken?
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
do
think
that.
it's a great lesson
Yeah.
to have learned. I was really
Yeah.
I was really happy that day.
I have a memory of when I was not long after having passed my test. I remember being in Gloucester, and I vividly remember this. I was trying to parallel park
Oh no.
on a road, and again that's hard at the best of times.
Yeah.
And I remember taking like 15 attempts to do it.
Yeah.
And I swear like a couple of people were watching me.
Oh, no.
And then I was like trying to get in that final time. I was like, "Oh no!" And I kind of swung in and then just kind of like scuffed the car in front of
Yeah.
me. And then it was just kind of like rocking on its axle. And I was like, "Oh
Shit.
And I just drove. But fuck this!
Drove off.
I love the idea that you'd been there for like 45 minutes trying to get in the
So
space.
long.
And then it's like, "Nah, fuck it." Got it and go.
Drove off.
Whatever I'm trying to do, it doesn't matter.
It's not worth this.
It's not worth this. The perfect crime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 witnesses.
I'll be honest, I've just remembered a very similar incident, which was on my driving test. I failed my driving test twice.
Sure.
I passed the
Okay.
third time.
Very good.
The second one was a fucking disaster. Well, they both were, actually. But specifically, I clipped another car's wing mirror that was parked.
Oh, no.
Driving down a residential street, and the
Should've.
instructor just went, "Oh!" We just kept going. Just keep going. Just keep driving.
Yeah, see, that's another example of it.
Yeah.
It's like adults just being like, you should have stopped. For clipping
Yeah.
a wing mirror, you should have
Yeah.
stopped. But even the driving instructor was like, "Oh, keep going."
He just went. It literally. I just remember the noise. Go, "Oh!"
I love
Keep
it.
going. Keep going.
I love that moment you learn. It's amazing.
When you did the old driving test back in the day in the UK, it used to be like one major fault was an automatic
Yes.
fail.
Yes.
But then something like 15
Yeah,
minor.
a number
Yeah.
of minors
Yeah.
were...
So I think I passed on my first time, but with like
did you?
14 like minor faults.
So
like
close.
I know.
I
You only
failed
hit
my...
14 pedestrians.
I failed my first and passed my second, but the reason I failed my first was for driving on the wrong side of the road,
Oh,
which
dear.
is a pretty
Wait,
decently
hey,
sized
there's
one.
a trend here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we
Because
pulled.
you used to live in America.
Ah, it could be
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Years ago, we were doing.
Oh, yeah?
we were doing a convention, and we pulled out of a hotel. And Nick was driving because he was sharing
Wrong
a car.
side of the
Wrong
road.
side.
Yeah. Now, in my defence,
We were like, oh.
In my defense,
in my
Your
defence, I
Honour.
had a sleep mask on. I was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
drunk.
We were a bit, we were a bit like. We were just dazed.
I thought it was a two-lane
We were
road.
like, oh,
Right.
man, oh, you.
Well, you saw another car coming.
Yeah. Oh,
Brilliant.
Oh, you ready for the show today? Oh, yeah,
We're both
man. I'm
knackered.
still waking up.
Oh my god!
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My first driving test, I pulled out of the drive-in test centre. I still remember this so well. I remember exactly where I remember exactly. Even now, like I go to that roundabout relatively regularly. It's in Gloucester,
To pay
pulled out.
respects.
Yeah, to pay respect, to lay some flowers. Yeah, yeah.
Westgate Street Massacre.
Yeah. Of 05, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I pulled out left, and before I even got to the roundabout, the test had put the brakes on.
Oh no!
And I maintain he was wrong.
Yeah.
I went to him, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, you were going to hit that car. I was like, I wasn't. I bloody wasn't. Anyway, we did the test. We didn't say a word to each other the rest of the way around. I maintain to this day he was wrong.
That's some bullshit. I think he was wrong.
He just
I
went
have no
bang
reason
on
to
the
think
brakes.
that.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Because we were in like the car I was learning in with the instructor. who we both used.
Double controls. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
And I mean,
17 years old.
I'm absolutely sure he was wrong to this day to do that.
Yeah.
I have no reason to believe you, but
I'm sure I
do.
probably had other majors, but you know.
Yeah. Didn't have your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
The door was open.
Yeah. There's a court case that says I probably would have failed anyway, but yeah. Oh, good stuff.
I've got a love.
Yeah, go on.
That was good. I like that one.
I love when you get a replacement kind of household tool
Oh yeah.
or implement or whatever, or piece of equipment, which is just bog standard, but you're really excited about it because it's new.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
our dishwasher broke, and we've been without a dishwasher
have you got one?
for like a month. Yeah. So we've got a new dishwasher. I installed it. It hasn't exploded.
Wow.
Put the new skirting board, cut the skirting board to size. It's all in. And now every time I'm like, oh, shall I run the dishwasher, dear? Oh yes. Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
it's going.
Look at it working.
It's washing the dishes.
Oh, it's amazing. I put the dirty stuff in. Yeah. And it came out
Yeah.
clean.
Incredible.
Like,
I feel that way about when I put a painting up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm like, if I put something new on the wall or something, or like I put an ottoman down, I look at it, my hands on my hips for 5 minutes, going, that looks good.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I did
really-
that today.
That does look good.
What did you do today?
No, I'm just. That's you look at your.
sorry,
ottoman,
yeah.
I did that today.
No, I did that,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
No,
like
I didn't actually do that
literally
today.
anything new. I put like an ornament on the fireplace.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that looks good, doesn't it?
I know.
That does look good.
You find yourself stand back, and you're like, I need to get further back somehow. Like, yeah.
And then 5 days later, you couldn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less.
I know that beautiful period. It fades
Yeah.
so soon. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think this is it because like your first dishwasher was installed by the
It
kitchen guys.
was,
wasn't
yeah.
But this dishwasher you put in.
Yeah.
And this
That
is
is
a whole
impressive.
new kind of experience now because it's like when that works and when that cleans your dishes, that's because you did that. You did that, John.
What's great about our previous dishwasher is that we've used it for 5 years, and literally almost as if it was timed to coincide with the warranty expiring. It died.
That's not a coincidence.
Oh,
We
that's
got
a
exactly
shame, isn't
5
it?
years out of it,
That's
and then it died. Yeah.
You know what I wish? That dishwashers had clear fronts.
So you can see.
I
the
want to see
magic.
what's going on. in
That
there.
must be a thing.
Surely it must, right? I've never seen one before.
Maybe this is like the forbidden fruit. If we actually saw how incredible that was.
But it's actually magic. Fairies come out.
Yeah.
And just joke. Ding, ding.
There's no
ding,
water.
Ding, ding, ding. There's no water. There's
What
no
if like
soap.
what if like there's still water being sprayed around, but a small naked man like but with
Crawls out of a hole.
and then just like starts
Scrubs it.
dancing around
and
like
he
scrub-
starts just licking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and he makes that noise.
It's a combination of the chess guy and the life coach.
Yes.
Basically.
It's Timp in my dishwasher, isn't it?
Timp and the dishwasher.
Timp in my dishwasher.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my love.
That's great. It's a
Nice
really
and
good
simple.
one. I like
Very
it. I like it.
Well, this has brought it full circle a little.
Oh, nice.
In that my love is saving the dance floor.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
I went to a wedding at the weekend, and it was fucking hot. It was so hot. It was like 30.
Yeah.
And the sun was out for a lot of the day, and everyone was like, my God.
And are you in like a suit?
I was in a suit. I was in a full suit, tie.
Nobody
blah, blah,
wants
blah.
that. Nobody needs that.
So we were outdoors for the ceremony, and the sun was out. We were like, bloody hell! I got a tan in 5 minutes, and I think most other people did. Cloud came over, which was good, but it was still hot. We were in a marquee, fine but hot.
Yeah.
The band came, and we were like, ooh, that's going to be interesting because there was like outdoor activities to do, and there was an ice cream van and like a loaded chips van, which was very nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not sure many people are going to come in and dance here
Because of the heat.
because of the heat.
Yeah.
And the fact it was so lovely outside by this time, like there was nice golden hour or whatever.
Yeah.
So me and a friend, we're outside. We were like, "Shall we?" And we're like, "Should we go and?"
You've always been this guy.
Should we go and have? Should we go and hit the dance floor?
Yeah.
And that might,
Inspire people.
encourage, inspire people to join us.
Yeah.
It went off. It went off. We went there. We were dancing. More and more people came. Within half an hour, we had a full circle of everyone singing the Grease Mega Mix, just going mad. They were. It was great. So we saved the dance floor.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything special.
Yeah.
We didn't do any salsa.
Didn't swing a woman around.
Didn't swing any women around. Just did a little bit of a bop.
That's it.
And people,
because you see,
my
that's fine.
my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
And it does.
So,
clearly,
you
you
know,
shook your milk and it worked.
There it
And
is.
it's like you got on that floor. There was no one else there.
Yeah.
You didn't fucking show off. You probably just shook your body like a goon.
Yep.
Probably.
Probably.
Because you were the one doing it. Everyone was like, I can also
Yeah.
shake my body like a goon.
It's
I'm
like
gonna go
we can do
that.
it.
People are here for the effort and the spirit. They're not
Yeah.
here for the technical. Actually,
Absolutely.
if you just got onto the dance floor on your own and started
Yeah.
doing like incredible like tango,
Wouldn't have worked.
Wouldn't have
tango,
worked.
tango for
Wouldn't have
one.
worked.
It would have put everyone else off.
Yeah.
I would
Imagine a single person tango.
Is that the saddest thing in the world?
What would that be like?
Yeah, the sound of one hand clapping.
I guarantee that exists.
Anyway, we were delighted. Me and my mate, we were like, later on, we stood back, went to the bar, and just went, we saved the dance floor.
I like that phrase as well. We
Yeah.
saved the dance floor.
So
That's
we were
good.
very pleased with ourselves.
Yeah,
Yes,
my
as you
work
should
here
be.
is done.
Yeah, and it was a good band, actually. They deserved an audience.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's,
fair-
you gave them one.
Fair play.
Yeah, so we
You've
did
always
that.
been that dude.
You did
You're
that.
good at
You
that.
did that.
Yeah.
And there was a bonus material. There was a little girl. She must have been like 6 or 8 or 7 or 8 or something like that. And it turned out she could play bass.
What?
And the band found this out. And she got up and did Seven Nation Army with the band. And everyone was like, what the fuck? It was so good.
That is incredible.
And everyone was dancing to that. It was great.
That's a hell of a
Really
memory,
good.
What a
Really
great wedding.
good.
That sounds like a good wedding.
Yeah, she was
Wow.
awesome. Yeah, so that was a bit of bonus material for you.
Fair play.
So that's my love.
Double love, in a way.
Double love.
That was, a very,
basis.
that was a very wholesome love.
It
Thank
was
you.
actually.
as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
So
Actually,
what,
I think all our loves were quite wholesome.
yeah, actually, this is actually.
actually.
So does that mean that love won?
I'm going to say love, actually. I was
fucking
actually
hell.
thinking it was going to be hate with your god-awful hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
fucking
I think
life
the three
coaches,
of
yeah.
us pulled us out of that
Combined.
crevasse.
The crevasse.
The hate crevasse, which is
Yeah.
potentially the lowest we've been in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our loves were so strong.
Brought it back from the depths.
I'm gonna say that we saved the dance floor.
Go on.
Yeah.
With our
Don't,
loves.
don't get a life coach. Just go and live.
Just go and
Yeah.
you little fucker.
Oh, you little fucker.